Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network here on this lovely Saturday evening. Crawdads traveling to face the Sonoma Stompers here at Arnold Field in lovely Sonoma, California, nestled deep in the hills. Charlie Limoncelli, Ethan Ignatovsky making his broadcasting debut here on the Crawdads streaming network. Ethan, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, Charlie.
Of course, placing Casey Kaslander today, who can't be here, unfortunately, but we've got a great matchup on deck, Ethan, as the Crawdads have won 4 straight, 12-5 they currently sit at, the Stompers 12-9. Crawdads won the series in the earlier 3-game set. Lost the first game last Sunday, the 22nd, 10-4. Then they came back and won 4-2 on Tuesday afternoon, and then a big showing here last Wednesday, the 25th, 10-1 victory.
Yeah, I mean, ever since that loss, the team has been rolling. The offense has done enough to do the job behind just spectacular pitching. Really no other word for it. Yesterday's game against the Seagulls was in some ways a little bit of a regression in terms of the free passes, but still limiting damage, and that's what you need to do as a pitching staff.
Absolutely. The Crawdads pitching staff has only allowed 3 earned runs all week, all of which came yesterday in the 8-3 win over the San Francisco Seagulls. Leading off for Walnut Creek, Jared Medham, the right-handed shortstop. They'll face the ace, though, for Sonoma. Nick Santavania is on the mound. He's made 3 starts for Sonoma, 0.64 ERA, 22 strikeouts in 14 innings pitched. The righties first offering to Medham. Fastball misses. It'll be 1-0 to Medham. Rising senior over at St. Mary's. Santavanias winds back and delivers the 1-0. Another fastball upstairs. Santavanias, until last night, was the CCL leader in strikeouts, but Braden Barnes' immaculate inning gives him 1 more than the righty here. Here's the 2-0, fouled back by Medham. 2-1. Medham enters today, hitting .295 in 11 games for Walnut Creek. He's been rather solid, currently riding a 4-game hitting streak. He's had a hit in 10 of his 11 games. The 2-1 from Santavanias. Fastball runs upstairs, 3-1 to Jared Medham. Leadoff man for Walnut Creek, trying to get aboard. Behind the dish for Sonoma, Esteban Sepulveda. Making another appearance against Walnut Creek as the 3-1 fastball well upstairs. Medham with a leadoff walk, something he's been very good at this year, Ethan.
Yeah, he's really set the table well, and when he gets on base, he's been a threat to go. Hasn't been shy at trying to steal bases, so we'll see if he tries to get that going early on today.
He does have 7 swipe bags on the year as the lefty Sam Jenkins, playing center field for Walnut Creek, steps in. Santavanias from the stretch now. First offering to Jenkins. Fastball skied in the air, foul ball. Well into the stands. Jenkins, another dangerous hitter at the top of the order for Walnut Creek. He himself riding a 3-game hit streak. Enters today hitting .310 in 13 games for the Crawdads. Santavanias sets just above the belt. And a pickoff to first. Medham in there safely. He was rather short, but Santavanias knows that he has to be careful with Medham aboard. First pickoff of the day. Center fielder Jenkins steps in. And another pickoff to first. Again, not in time. Trent Keys, the first baseman today for Sonoma. McCann Libby playing second. Colton Boardman at short. Trevor Schlafer over at third. Here's the 0-1 to Jenkins. Swing and a miss. Fastball gets past him. Quickly 0-2. And in the outfield for Sonoma, Nick Sebastiani in left, Cameron Hegeman in center, Brady Shannon playing right.
Jenkins got to protect here with 2 strikes.
Rising redshirt freshman from Dallas, trying to get aboard. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses low. First ball of the at-bat. Santavanias looks in to Sepulveda for the call. Sets on the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals the 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball in foul territory on the left side. Out of play. So Jenkins stays alive. Fights off another fastball there. Santavanez, the rising sophomore at Cal State Northridge, native of Orange, California. Had a relatively effective freshman year with the Matadors, 9.75 ERA and 9 appearances. Another throw to first, not in time. Santavanez really concerned with Medem over there.
As he should be, quite honestly.
I don't disagree. So he'll get ready for the 1-2. The righty delivers. Swinging a ground ball over to the pitcher. Throw to second in time, and the throw to first. A double play, 1-4-3. Tough twin killer there.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered if you're the Stompers. Leadoff man on in the first. Crawdads looking to get things going early, and then double play just stops them right in their tracks.
So with 2 down in the top of the first, it's Ryan Brome, the right fielder for Walnut Creek. Rising graduate at Southeastern Louisiana. Has appeared in 4 games for Walnut Creek, hitting .154. Third-year Crawdad readies in the left-handed batter's box. Santavanez delivers a ball. Fastball goes low. It's 1-0. Zach Justice, John Ewens, the next 2 batters due up. Should Brome find a way to reach? The 1-0 from Santavanez. Fastball upstairs, half swing, but Brome keeps it in check. Ethan Brome, a guy with loads of power. Hit .355 this spring at Southeastern Louisiana as he swings and misses at the 1-0 fastball. Had 12 doubles and 12 homers this spring.
Yeah, just hasn't really tapped into that much yet with the Crawdads, but still early on in the summer for him.
Now the 1-1 from Santavanez. Fastball runs inside, 2-1 to Brome. He's worked 3 walks already on the season to just 2 strikeouts. Brome has 2 hits on the year. Santavanez winds back and fires the 3-1. Swinging a foul ball straight into the backstop. Count loads full on Brome. 2 outs, no one on the top of the first. Crawdads have struck first the past couple of games they've played in. They've scored in the first inning that they've come up to bat. In danger of breaking that trend here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world if they can't carry that streak over, but, you know, it does help the winning if you can strike first.
Here's the payoff from Santavanez. Low breaking ball called. Ball 4 on the at-bat, so Brome works another walk. That's 2 free passes Santavanez has dished out. And now it's the catcher, Zach Justice, for Walnut Creek. A guy who's got plenty of power. Ethan, we saw it earlier this season, just 2 days ago, in the win at home against the Seagulls.
Yeah, and what set up that display of power was the Ryan Brome walk.
Indeed it was. He swung on the first pitch last time, takes it there for a ball. So it'll be 1-0 to Justice, the former Oregon catcher, who has 2 long balls tied for the league lead. The 1-0 offering to the righty Justice. Fastball called strike on the outer third. 1-2 now to Justice, who in 7 games for Walnut Creek is hitting .167. Played with the Kenosha Kingfish in the Northwoods League last year. The 1-1 fastball upstairs. 2-1 to Justice. Only played in 2 games for the Oregon Ducks in 2 seasons. Redshirted as a true freshman. Had 2 at-bats this spring in 2 games. Reached twice. 2-1 breaking ball. Drops too low. 3-1 to Justice. As Santavanez trying to find the strike zone a little bit in his first inning here, Ethan.
Yeah, he's been a little wild.
The 3-1 from the stretch now. Fastball low, called strike 2. Justice thought it was ball 4. Fastball pretty much at the knees. A nice frame job from Sepulveda.
Really, really close pitch there. Can't take it again.
So Justice has to protect now with 2 strikes. Santavanez with the payoff. Runner goes. Swinging a high foul ball on the right side. Out of play. Justice flashed a little bit of the power there. Justice born locally in Berkeley, California, but moved up to Bend, Oregon ahead of his junior year of high school. Spent 2 years at Summit High School and became the top-ranked catcher in Oregon. Here's the 3-2. Swinging another foul ball, this time backwards over the stands. Justice fighting off a couple pitches, stays alive.
Yeah, just battling, looking to find something that he likes and can drive.
We know he's certainly got the hit tool, working a 3-game hit streak for him now. It's been rather consistent of late. The payoff from Santavania is ball 4 on a fastball in the dirt. 3 walks in the inning for Santavania. Now they're 2 aboard with 2 down for the big man, John Ewens. And with that walk, we're going to get a mound visit.
Yeah, I mean, that's 3 walks in 4 batters. Not how you want to start the day. Obviously hasn't really come back to bite him yet since he did get that early double play, but it's not a recipe for success. So whether it's just some confidence boosting or something mechanical, a mound visit makes perfect sense here.
Absolutely, definitely an important conversation with one of the most dangerous hitters in the CCL up to bat. Ewens leads the league in RBIs and homers.
Yeah, one of 13 guys tied atop the CCL leaderboard in home runs with 2.
And tied with his Crawdad teammate Joey Donnelly for the RBI lead. Ewens, the 6'3" left-hander from Baylor, playing first base today for Walnut Creek. Trying to deal some damage with 2 aboard, 1 in scoring position. That's Brome at second. The righty Santavanez looks into Sepulveda for the call. Gets it, sets on the first base side of the rubber. First offering to the lefty. Fastball misses inside. 1-0 to Ewens. Ewens, a rising redshirt sophomore. Took a redshirt year in the spring of 24 and played in 11 games in 2025 with the Bears. 1-0 delivery from Santavania is in there for a strike. 1-1 on another fastball. Ewens had the day off yesterday, but his stat total in 13 games, hitting .367 with an OPS of 1.10. The 1-1 from Santavania is slider goes low. 2-1. Ewens trying to showcase his talent to his coaching staff at Baylor, earn some more playing time heading into next year. The 1-1, swinging a high fly ball on the left side above the Crawdads dugout and out of play. So now it'll be 2-2 to Ewens. He's played pretty much exclusively over at first base for Walnut Creek, where his glove has been rather remarkable. Does have the versatility to play outfield, but with all the talent at that position, he has not needed to for Walnut Creek so far.
Yeah, just taking more reps at first, trying to increase his ability over there.
The 2-2 from Santavanez. Swing a ground ball foul towards the Stompers dugout. Count remains 2 apiece for John Ewens. 2 down in the top of the first with 2 aboard. Waco native exhales, takes a half swing and steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Santavanez shakes off 2 offerings. Now agrees on a call from Sepulveda. Kicks and deals the 2-2, swinging a high drive into deep left field. Sebastiani going back, and he gets under it just before the warning track. So the Crawdads strand 2 in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom half of the frame, see if the Stompers will score first, right here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Here for the bottom of the first, Sonoma Stompers will take their first hacks of the day, facing George Zaharias, the right-hander for Walnut Creek. Zaharias, formerly of the University of Texas, has started 3 games for the Crawdads, is 0-1 with a 16.2 ERA in 5 innings pitched. Quick defensive preview for Walnut Creek. It's Justice behind the dish, John Ewens over at first, Chris Esquivel at second, Jared Medham playing short, Nico DeFazio playing his 2nd game of the year for Walnut Creek at third, Casey Levitt-McGee in left field, Sam Jenkins in center, and Ryan Brome in right. Leading off for the Stompers, the left-hander Colton Boardman from Cal State Northridge. Boardman has consistently been the leadoff hitter for Sonoma. Zaharias winds and fires a fastball upstairs, first offering to the lefty Boardman. So it'll be 1-0 to him. Boardman 20 games for the Stompers this year, hitting .268. The 1-0 from Zaharias, swinging a foul ball on the left side, well out of play. 1-1 to Boardman. Went to Bishop Gorman High School in the Las Vegas area.
Yeah, high school with a lot of sporting acumen.
The 1-1 lined into shallow center field. Jenkins charges, but lets it bounce in front of him. So Boardman with a leadoff single, and Sonoma in business. So now with one aboard, it's Nick Sebastiani, the left fielder for Sonoma. Right-hander, spent 2 seasons at Santa Rosa Junior College, but is now in the portal as a rising junior, looking for a new home. Sebastiani, his cousin Ben, grew up right here, attending Stompers games. Zaharias working from the stretch, fires a fastball high. 1-0 now to Sebastiani, hitting .254 this year. Was rather productive against the Crawdads, had 3 hits in that series. That spanned from Sunday to Wednesday. The 1-0 offering fastball down the pipe. 1-1 to Sebastiani. Zaharias, the Menlo Park, California native, trying to showcase a strong body of work as he's also in the transfer portal looking for a new home. The 1-1 to Sebastiani, swinging a foul ball off on the right side of the bleachers. So it'll be 1-2 to the left fielder. Zaharias originally redshirted at Texas in the spring of 2024 to preserve a year of eligibility, but they cut him ahead of the spring 25 season. The 1-2 fouled back once more. Same count to Sebastiani. Zaharias, a flame-throwing right-hander, parks his fastball between 88 and 92 miles an hour, mixes it in with a slider and a changeup. The righty from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2 from the stretch. Slider bounced in the dirt, the back pick to first, not in time. Justice probably had it in time, just pulled Ewens off the bag a little too far.
I mean, we've seen him do that twice now, so love to see him try and go for it again if the play is on.
Count evens at 2 apiece in the bottom of the first. The 2-2 to Sebastiani, called strike 3, slider rings him up.
Really nice pitch there, just totally froze him.
Absolutely, Zaharias, his first strikeout of the day. He's got 8 now on the season.
Number 45, Paul Lazul.
So following the Sebastiani strikeout, it's Paul Lazul in the designated hitter spot. The lefty from Monterey Peninsula looking to drive in a run here. Zaharias' fastball offering inside. It'll be 1-0 to Lazul. Rising sophomore. Hit 197 this spring for Monterey Peninsula in 24 games. Hitting .270 right now for the Stompers. The 1-0 fastball, swing and a miss. High Cheese gets the bite. That'll be 1-1 to Lazul, riding a 2-game hit streak. Had one in the 10-1 loss right here against the Crawdads when he pinched hit. Then had one yesterday in 3 at-bats against the Legends. Zaharias kicks and delivers the 1-1. swinging a foul ball that bounces out of Justice's gloves. Either way, it's 1-2 to Lazul. Boardman over there at first with decent speed. 9 stolen bags on the season for him. Taking a healthy lead over at first. Zaharias with the 1-2, runner goes, swing and a miss, strike him out. The throw to second, is it in time? Looks like Medham lost the ball, had the tag on him in time, but ball comes out of the glove.
Yeah, it was a really quick release. Throw got down there way in time, just play couldn't be completed on the other side.
Nearly a strike him out, throw him out double play, so Justice already flashing his skills behind the dish defensively. But instead, there's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the first for the cleanup hitter, Brady Shannon. Shannon playing right field, waving that light blue bat of his. The North Lima, Ohio man. Spent this spring at Youngstown State University in his home state. First offering to him, swings and misses on the fastball. So Zaharias looking rather effective early with his heater. Get a quick timeout as the umpires are going to shift positioning. Boardman with a 12-foot lead over at second. Zaharias kicks and delivers the 1-0. Fastball yanked into the opposite batter's box. 1-1 to Shannon. Shannon also the 3rd-string quarterback at Youngstown State University. Played 3 sports in high school. Only was able to do 2 in college. Still incredibly impressive.
Yeah, he's not a bad player, ranked as a 3-star prospect by 247.
The 1-1 fastball just low. Justice behind the dish. Tried to frame it up. Was unsuccessful as it was below the knees. Now 2-1 on Shannon. Played in 47 games this spring at Youngstown State. Hit .236, 22 runs batted in, 10 homers. Zaharias looks to second. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, a fastball right past him again. Hitters have not been able to catch up with the heater so far.
It's higher velocity than a lot of other arms feature in the CCL. Definitely an advantage for Zaharias.
6'3", 210-pound righty, sets on the rubber. The 2-2 to Shannon. Swinging a ground ball through the gap at second. Esquivel couldn't get the glove on it, and Brome misses. So now Shannon comes in to score. Excuse me, Boardman in to score, and Shannon legs out a triple. So quickly a 1-0 ball game in favor of Sonoma. Still 2 down and runners in scoring position for McCann Libby, the second baseman. Tough defense there, probably a single and then
Single and an error, I'd say.
outfield error. First offering to Libby, fastball in the zone, strike 1.
E9 if you're keeping score at home.
Zaharias trying to get out of the inning here. The 0-1 offering to Libby. Breaking ball just outside. 1-1 to the former Navarro College man, now committed to Louisiana Tech. Libby in 20 games, hitting .211 for Sonoma. 13 runs batted in. The 1-1 from Zaharias. Slider bounces in the dirt, gets away from Justice. The throw, Zaharias covering. No, he doesn't get the tag. He slips. Shannon scores on the passed ball, and it's 2-0 Sonoma.
That was, I mean, Zaharias tried to make a really athletic play there, and like he almost looked like he tried to tag him behind his back. Didn't quite work out, but
he was there in time. The toss from Justice was in time. I think if he holds up and has his body in a different position, probably gets the out. But instead, it's a 2-1 count to Libby with no one on now. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Crawdads trying to escape the inning. The 2-1 fastball swing and a foul ball over on the right side out of play. 2-2 now to Libby. 47 career games at Navarro College for him, a Frisco native. 29 runs batted in on 50 hits. The 2-2 from Zaharia, swing and a miss. Blows a fastball past him upstairs. 3 strikeouts for George Zaharis in the inning, but 2 runs come across in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the second, see if Walnut Creek can respond right here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the top of the second here on the Crawdads streaming network. 2-0 ball game in favor of the Sonoma Stompers. But the Walnut Creek Crawdads with an opportunity to get aboard and perhaps cut the deficit here. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for Walnut Creek. Cam Taylor, the designated hitter, will lead things off as Nick Santavanez enters his second inning of work. The righty's first offering, a fastball called strike on the lower third. 0-1 to Taylor, who is also tied for the CCL and Crawdads lead in home runs with 2. The 0-1 to him, swinging a foul ball backwards into the home plate umpire. Quick 0-2 count on Taylor, who has gone 2 for 5 in each of his last 2 appearances for Walnut Creek. Did that yesterday against the Seagulls, and then on Wednesday right here against the Stompers in that 10-1 victory. So with those 4 hits, Taylor now up to a .263 average on the season in 11 games. Taylor, lots of power in his bat. Back in 2024 at Andrew College, had 9 homers, 12 doubles, and 5 triples. The 0-2, swinging a foul ball towards the Crawdad dugout. Still 0-2 to Taylor, the Georgia native. Taylor taps home plate, steps right back into the batter's box. Santavanez kicks and delivers the 0-2. Fastball high, ball 1. Taylor in that season at Andrew College ultimately hit .354 as the 1-2 offering, breaking ball outside, 2-2 now to Taylor. Struggled a bit this spring at Eastern Kentucky. And in the portal again, looking for a new place to play. The 2-2 from Santavanez, swinging a ground ball on the first base side. Taylor hustling down, it's a fair ball. A throw from Santavanez to first in time.
Good hustle by Taylor, but just couldn't quite beat it out.
Yeah, soft chopper on the infield grass. Not quite enough to leg it out. Maybe if it went a little further down the line, he would have been safe. But either way, it's 1 down in the top of the second. Nico DeFazio making his second appearance for the Crawdads in 2025. First offering to the righty third baseman. Low breaking ball, 1-0. DeFazio, a San Leandro native, played for Walnut Creek last year. 27 games, hit .222 for the Crawdads. And has bounced around a couple places collegiately. Originally went to the University of the Pacific straight out of high school, then transferred to Chabot College after that. Now is committed to Houston Baptist.
Yeah, Houston Baptist winning the Southland Conference, so they made an appearance in the NCAA tournament. So good spot to land at.
Absolutely, as the 1-0 breaking ball is outside, 2-0 now to DeFazio. Had an RBI single in a pinch hit appearance last night, his first hit of the season. 2-0 fastball, called strike, 2-1 to DeFazio. Now the 2-1 offering to him. Fastball misses, 3-1 to the rising junior. With Chabot this spring, DeFazio played in 42 games, hit .329 with a .431 on-base percentage and a .571 slugging percentage. As he had 25 extra bases, swings and misses at the 3-1. Now the count goes full. DeFazio brought in after the injury to Dylan Hillman has weakened the middle infield depth for the Crawdads. Here's the payoff, swing and a miss, off speed, out in front. First strikeout of the day for Santavanez, and now he ties up Braden Barnes for the league lead.
Now batting, left fielder number
So with 2
32,
down, here in the top of the
Casey
second,
Levitt
it's
McGee.
Casey Levitt McGee. Left-handed outfielder from Laney College. Has walked 7 times in his past 2 games for Walnut Creek. Rising his on-base percentage to .344 as he drills one deep into left center. Down for a base hit. Levitt McGee originally turns at first, but it'll hold up with just 1. So that's the first hit of the day for Walnut Creek, courtesy of the Laney College man.
Yeah, wide turn there at first base, but the ball in the outfield was cut off quickly, thrown back into the infield quickly. Don't want to test anything with 2 outs. Don't want to run into an out.
Absolutely have to be careful on the paths. So now it's Chris Esquivel hitting in the 9 hole. Second baseman readies from the right side. Santavanez from the stretch. First offering chopped into the infield grass over to third. Esquivel beats it out, no throw. As eventually Schaeffler does throw over to second as McGee was a little too far off the bag, but he slides in safely. So an infield single for Esquivel, and now there are 2 aboard with 2 down as the lineup turns over for Jared Medham.
Yeah, Chris Escobar was putting on a show in batting practice today, but hey, sometimes you hit it 30 feet and it does just as good of a job as if you hit it out into the outfield.
Absolutely, great piece of hitting and even better hustle. Medham walked in his first at-bat to lead this game off. Has 13 runs batted in on the year, 1 man in scoring position. Looking to drive in some more. Medham will call time as Santavanez taking a little bit of time to get ready on the mound. As the pitcher looks in to Sepulveda for the call. Levitt McGee at second, Esquivel at first. Santavanez the first offering to Medham, fastball low. 1-0 to the rising senior at St. Mary's. Medham was a dynamo this spring, 55 games and 58 hits, 36 runs batted in, 15 extra bases, 25 walks, 42 strikeouts. The 1-0 to Medham, breaking ball over the heart of the plate, 1-1. Nice looping slider. Medham, the Half Moon Bay native, readies in the box, swings his bat a couple times. Santavanez looks to second. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. Sepulveda is in front of it, but it's 2-1. Medham 7 walks on the season, 8 including today now. But trying to get a hit here. Here's the 2-1 offering. Breaking ball below the knees. 3-1 to Jared Medham. So once a West Coast Conference all-freshman selection in 2023 when he hit .255 in 51 games for the St. Mary's Gales. Santavanez, the 3-1 from the stretch. Ball 4. Breaking ball not close.
And now the bases are loaded with the dangerous Sam Jenkins heading up to the plate.
Center fielder number 14.
Not the way Santavanez
Sam
wanted this inning to go. Got
Jenkins.
3 straight retired, then allowed the 2 singles and a walk to load the bags. We're going to get another mound visit by the Sonoma Stompers pitching staff. Have to be careful with the lefty Sam Jenkins due up. He's got
Yeah.
5 runs batted in, 3 extra bases, 1 of each kind, which makes Jenkins the sole possessor, or excuse me, the possessor of the Crawdads' sole triple on the year.
Yeah, he's a dangerous lefty bat. He has some power. He's been getting hits in a few straight games now. Looking to make it a 4-game hitting streak.
He's got a great contact bat, as he's got hits in 5 of his last 6 games. Currently riding a 3-game hit streak and his 4th on the Crawdads in batting average at .310 entering today. Santavanez works the ball a little bit. Rising sophomore from Cal State Northridge readies. Comes set just above the belt on the first base side of the rubber. First offering to the lefty Jenkins. Check swing on a breaking ball in the dirt. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 0-1 to Jenkins. Graduated from Trinity Christian Academy High School in Dallas. A state champion his junior year in 2023. The 0-1 to Jenkins. High fastball. 1-1. Jenkins started his motion but held the bat back. He's been relatively disciplined this year. 11 strikeouts to just 10 walks. The 1-1 from Santavanez. Fastball outside. 2-1 to Jenkins. Crawdads trying to cut the 2-run deficit here in the top of the second. Bases juiced and 2 down. Santavanez winds and fires the 2-1. Swinging a foul ball backwards. Ends up shooting off to the right towards the Stomper dugout. So it's now 2-2 to Jenkins. Jenkins 13 hits in 13 games for Walnut Creek thus far. Would love another one here. The 2-2 from Santavanez, high fastball. Jenkins holds up, count works full. Probably the 3rd full count we've seen to Crawdads hitters now, Ethan.
Yeah, high pressure situation for these 2 battling in the box and on the mound.
Santavanez collects. Here's the payoff to Jenkins. Holds his bat, ball 4 in the dirt. So Sam Jenkins walks a run in. And now it's a 2-1 ball game. Walnut Creek still with the bases loaded. Ryan Brome will try to tie it up.
Yeah, that was a close pitch, but he was able to lay off it just low and gets the Crawdads on the board.
Brome walked in the first with 2 outs. Takes the first offering from Santavanez here, high fastball. 1-0 to Brome, who was originally born in Washington State but moved to Katy, Texas in the greater Houston area ahead of his high school days. 6'1" lefty. Was a first-team All-State selection in Texas as a senior. As he grounds the 1-0 on the right side, base hit. 1 run scores, met him coming in. He'll slide home safely. A 2 RBI single for Ryan Brome, and the Crawdads are on top, 3-2.
Great piece of hitting there, and I mean, the base running by Jared met him there. The slide into home, avoiding the tag. That was an amazing slide to ensure that his Crawdads could get on the board.
Crawdads with the lead for the first time today. Runners on the corners for the cleanup man, Zach Justice. Walked in the first, searching for his first hit today. Jenkins with lots of speed at third. Brome, also a speedy guy at first. Santavanez first offering to Justice. Breaking ball on the lower third, framed up for a strike. 0-1 to Zach Justice. He's got 3 runs batted in on the year. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a high ground ball over to third. Schaeffler has trouble with it, and he can't get the throw off. So another run scores on the E5. 4-2 in favor of Walnut Creek. Runners at second and first for John Ewens.
Now batting, our beer batter of the night,
John Ewens was up in this same situation, Ethan,
John
in the last
Ewens.
inning. Flew out to left on a deep drive out there. Try to look for a different outcome here and drive in some runs. 2 on, 2 down in the top of the second. Santavanez kicks and delivers the first offering to Ewens. Breaking ball in the zone, strike 1. Ewens, 18 hits on the season, just 3 of them for extra bases. He's been really great at hitting singles. The 0-1 ripped through the gap on the right side for a base hit. Brome coming home, the throw is in time. Brome thought he was safe. Ewens has a single, but the out is at home. It ends the inning, not before Walnut Creek takes a 4-2 lead here in the top of the second. We'll head to the bottom half of the frame, see if Sonoma can make it up right after this on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the bottom of the second here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. It's 4-2 in favor of Walnut Creek as the Stompers come up to bat, trying to cut the 2-run deficit. Cameron Hageman, the center fielder, will lead things off as it's 6-7-8 due up for Sonoma. Hageman, Sepulveda, and Schleifer all set to see at-bats. Crawdads scored 4 on the RBI single from Ryan Brome and the walk from Sam Jenkins. George Zaharias in his second inning of work fires a fastball upstairs on Hageman, 1-0 to start this inning. Zaharias, 3 strikeouts last inning, allowed a hit, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. The 1-0 fastball, swing and a miss, technically fouled back. 1-1 to Hageman, the Ohlone College man. Rising junior this spring, played in 38 games for the Warriors, .352 batting average as he swings and chops the 1-1 over to third. The throw from DeFazio in time. First man retired for Walnut Creek.
Yeah, nice play on the run there to charge it, make the throw, get the out.
Absolutely, Crawdads have been accustomed to some pretty good defense over at third. First action in that regard for DeFazio holds to the same standard. Esteban Sepulveda, the catcher, formerly a Pepperdine, up to bat. Committed to UC Riverside recently. Zaharias fires a fastball well upstairs. 1-0 to Sepulveda, who with the Waves in 2025 hit .303 in 27 games. The 1-0 from Zaharias. Check swing, ball bounces. Well, it's called strike. They'll say Sepulveda went around, the Lancaster native. Struggling a bit so far with Sonoma, 14 games, hitting .139 on the year. The 1 run from Zaharias, fastball bounces 6 inches in front of home plate. 2-1. Sepulveda has not recorded a hit since June 15th against the Menlo Park Legends. The 2-1 from Zaharias. Fastball just misses upstairs. 3-1 count to Sepulveda. Who also has reached base twice in that span on 2 hit by pitches. The 3-1 to the righty catcher. Fastball not even close. A 1-out walk for Sepulveda brings up the third baseman Trevor Schaeffler. Schaeffler, another third baseman in this game. Ethan making just his second appearance on the season for his team. Schaeffler debuted last night against the Legends, went 0 for 3. Santa Rosa Junior College man takes the first offering from Zaharias, ball 1 on an upstairs fastball.
Yeah, I'll be looking to make a quick impact in this one.
Absolutely. 1 man aboard, 1 down in the bottom of the second. Zaharias, the 1-0 from the stretch. Fastball in the lower third, strike 1 of the at-bat. Up until that pitch, looks like Zaharias has been struggling a little bit with his command, hasn't located quite like he wants to. Here's the 1-1 from the righty. Fastball swinging a foul ball over the Stompers dugout, 1-2 now.
And that 1-1 pitch, Charlie, like you mentioned, good bounce back pitch to get in the zone and get things going his way again.
Absolutely 2 straight, you could say, as now it's a 1-2 count. Zaharias fires the 1-2, swing and a miss. Slider bounces in the dirt. That's the 4th strikeout of the day for George Zaharias. He's allowed 3 base runners on the day. 1 earned run, looking pretty good right now. Trent Keys, the first baseman, the 9-hitter, up to bat, trying to turn the lineup over before Sonoma is done in this inning. First offering to the lefty, Keys. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Keys sat and looked at it. The Los Medanos man, 15 games for Sonoma this summer, hitting .107. That's just 3 hits, 1 of them for extra bases. The 0-1 fastball, swing and a miss. Keys quickly down 0-2. Zahari has two overpowering fastballs.
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat.
Continues to look sharp, shakes off an offering from Justice. Now agrees. The 0-2 from the stretch. Fastball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Keys. Originally redshirted his true freshman year at San Jose State, transferred to Los Medanos for this spring. Played in 34 games. Hit 280. The 1-2 from Zaharias. Fastball low and in. 2-2 count to Keys. Keys had a monster day against Walnut Creek last Sunday in that 10-4 victory. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Zaharias with the 2-2, runner goes, swinging a drive into center field. Jenkins going back, he won't get there, bounces for extra bases. Sepulveda rounding third, Keys is gonna hold standing up. An RBI triple for him.
I mean, this center field here is deep, and he took it all the way out there. Great piece of hitting. Credit where credit's due.
Absolutely, 435 to dead center, and that one bounced maybe 5 feet in front of the warning track. So now it's a 4-3 game. Sonoma cuts the deficit to just 1 run. And with a runner in scoring position, the lineup turns over. Colton Boardman will try to bring Keys home. Boardman led off the Stompers with a single in the first as he takes a breaking ball upstairs. It'll be 1-0. Zaharias sets, kicks and deals the 1-0. Fastball swinging a drive into right field. Brome going back. That one bounces off the wall. Keys scores from third. Boardman sliding into second. He's safe. And we're tied at 4.
Stompers have stormed back in this inning. They started off a little slow, but these past 2 at-bats have really knocked on the Crawdads' way, to say the least.
Absolutely. Storming back, I think, is the correct word for it. Now Zaharias worked 2 quick outs, had a base runner with 2 out, with 2 out for the RBI triple, and then an RBI double. Sebastiani will try to take the lead here for Sonoma. Struck out looking against Zaharias in the first. The righty kicks and fires, swinging a short ground ball over to Ewens at first. The flip, Zaharias covers in time. So a 3-1 put out. Stops the bleeding, but not before Sonoma ties the ball game up at 4 apiece. Heading into the top of the third, Walnut Creek with an opportunity to break the tie. We'll have that action right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network here for the top of the third. Walnut Creek tied with the Sonoma Stompers 4 apiece. 6, 7, 8 due up. Cam Taylor, Nico DeFazio, Casey Levin McGee. Taylor will lead things off against the new pitcher for Sonoma, the left-hander Jaden Harper of Cal State Fullerton. Spent 2 years at Ohlone College in 2023 and 2024. 29 appearances there, 16 starts. Went 4-5 with a 5.81 career ERA. This spring at Fullerton was excellent. 3.68 ERA in 15 appearances. Lefty enters today with a 1.5 ERA for Sonoma. First offering to Taylor, fastball runs inside. 1-0 to Taylor.
Yeah, and those 15 appearances at Fullerton, they weren't all one-inning outings. He pitched 29 1/3, so he's a guy who can go maybe a couple here.
The 1-0 to Taylor, fastball high, 2-0. Harper, the record holder at Ohlone College for career strikeouts per 9 innings. Would love to see some strikeout stuff here against the potent Crawdads lineup. The 2-0 to Taylor, fastball low and away. 3-0 on Cam Taylor. Grounded out back to the pitcher at the time, Santavanez, in the second to lead things off. There's a get-me-over fastball on the 3-0. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Taylor.
Hitter's count here.
Harper with the 3-1, kicks and deals. Swinging a high fly ball in foul territory on the left side. Full count now to Cam Taylor. Rising redshirt junior. Looking for a new place to call home, playing collegiate baseball. Harper with the payoff. High ball 4, and it hits Taylor in the right elbow.
Yeah, he's got that guard there, so hopefully not in too much discomfort. Doesn't really look like it as he jogs down to first base.
Either way, it would have been ball 4 instead. Technically a hit by pitch, so the leadoff man is on for Walnut Creek. Now the righty Nico DeFazio is up. Second-year Crawdad trying to move Taylor over. Harper from the stretch, first offering. Chopper on the ground to Libby at second, and he bobbles. It looks like Taylor came across in front of him. No interference called, everybody safe.
Yeah, he was in his base path, just kept running, managed to avoid the ball, which is lucky for him. If he touches it, it's an out, but everyone's safe. They give the Stomper second baseman, McCann Libby, an error on that play.
So 2 on following the E4 for Casey Levitt McGee. Had a single in the second. His first hit in 3 games. Does have 7 walks in his past 2 games, excuse me. The lefty Harper's first offering to Levitt McGee. Inside breaking ball, 1-0. Umpires conferring about something here, not apparently clear what it is.
Yeah, not sure what this could be about here.
Either way, the matter is resolved at this point. 2 on, nobody out in the top of the third for Levitt McGee and the Crawdads. They try to retake the lead here over the Sonoma Stompers. Levitt McGee this spring at Laney College, 385 batting average, 38 runs batted in. As the 1-0 fastball over the heart of the plate. 1-1 to Levitt McGee, who had a bit of a power surge this spring. 11 extra bases at Laney as a freshman, then 22 as a sophomore. Quite literally doubled his power output. The 1-1 to Levitt McGee. Check swing, liner over too short. Boardman flips to second for 1. Levitt McGee beats it out on the fielder's choice at first base.
Little excuse me swing there. There is an out on the play, but Crawdads get a runner over to third base, get that much closer to scoring.
A productive at-bat, even though swing probably not the intended outcome. Runners on the corners, 1 down in the top of the third for Chris Esquivel, who singled in the second as well. That single broke A 4-game hitless streak for Esquivel. Has 3 walks himself in the past 2 games. Esquivel with an RBI opportunity. Cam Taylor's over at third. Lefty Harper sets from the third base side of the rubber. Looks to Levitt McGee at first. First offering to Esquivel, outside ball 1. Esquivel, the San Diego native, originally went to the University of San Diego right out of high school, but didn't appear in any games there. Transferred to St. Mary's, where he spent 2 seasons. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer third.
Esquivel's in the transfer portal again, trying to find a new home.
It has 1 year of eligibility left as a rising senior. Harper picks off towards first, but not in time. Levitt McGee dove in safely. So Esquivel using this summer with Walnut Creek, his first with the team. Showcase his talent to all the schools in the transfer portal. The 1-1 from the lefty Harper, fastball runs outside. 2-1. Esquivel enters today with an on-base percentage of .420. He has 9 walks on the season. The 3-1 low, back pick to first, not in time. Sepulveda thought he had it.
Really, really, really close play there. I think Casey Levitt McGee might take a little less big of a secondary lead from now on.
Yeah, he had a giant lead over at first, and frankly, he still does. The 3-1 to Esquivel. Ball 4 on a fastball inside. Esquivel on board twice today, turns the lineup over Jared Medham, who's also been aboard twice, courtesy of 2 walks. Brings his total up to 9 base on balls on the season. But Medham with 1 out in the top of the third, working with the bases juiced. Taylor at third, Levitt McGee at second, Esquivel at first. Crawdads trying to retake the lead here. Lefty Harper's got his work cut out for him. First offering, breaking ball inside, called strike on the inner third. Medham, the 5'11", 180-pound rising senior, steps out, takes a breather. Crawdads everyday shortstop, looking to deal some damage. The 0-1 from Harper. Fastball upstairs, 1-1. Harper, the lefty from Fremont, California. Started 2 games for Sonoma. This is his first appearance out of the pen. Kicks and delivers the 1-1 fastball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike on Medham. Harper has only walked 2 batters all year entering today. Esquivel, his third. Allowed just 5 hits as well. The 2-1 to Medham. Fastball low and in, ball 3. And right now, Ethan Harper struggling to locate.
Yeah, and if you're the Crawdads, force him to throw a strike. Don't go and expand the zone here. You don't have to.
So Medham not likely to swing then, in your opinion?
Unless he gets something he likes.
The 3-1, he does swing, liked it, as it's over in foul territory on the right side. A home run if it was fair, as it cleared the fence in the outfield. But alas, it's probably 15 feet foul.
Yeah, definitely had the distance. Definitely did not stay fair.
So now it'll be a full count to Medham. Sam Jenkins, the center fielder, looming on deck. Ryan Brome up after him. The payoff from Harper. Check swing, did he go? Yes, home plate umpire says. First strikeout of the day for Jared Medham on a deceiving breaking ball that almost bounced in the dirt. So now there's 2 down in the top of the third. Bases still loaded for Sam Jenkins. Grounded into a double play in the first, walked a runner in the second. looking for his first hit of the day. Harper sets, kicks from the stretch, breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Jenkins, the Dallas, Texas native. The 1-0 to Jenkins, fastball at the knees, called strike. The 1-1 to the rising redshirt freshman at Baylor. Harper looks into Sepulveda as the call. The 1-1 check swing on a fastball well outside. Did not go around, the appeal to second base says. 2-1 for Jenkins. Harper sets above the belt. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 2-2 count to Jenkins now.
Yeah, 1 after 1 up high, tough to lay off of, but got to try to.
Jenkins, 11 strikeouts on the season. He does like to swing at stuff elevated in the zone, especially those fastballs. Harper with an opportunity here. Lefty on lefty matchup. Trying to get out of the bases loaded jam. The 2-2 from Harper. Strike 3 looking. Breaking ball below the knees. Called strike anyway. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. Still tied at 4 apiece between the Crawdads and the Stompers. We'll have the rest of the action right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome to the bottom of the third on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Tie game between Walnut Creek and the Sonoma Stompers. Sonoma up to bat here. 3-4-5 do up Paul Lazul, Brady Shen, and McCann Libby. They'll face George Zaharias once again. Trying to get through 3 innings of work now. Zaharias has been mixed effectiveness, I would say, so far today, Ethan. 4 strikeouts.
Good news.
But he's allowed a couple walks, 3 hits. It's led to 4 runs, 3 of them earned.
Not so good news.
First offering to Lazul, swing and a miss on the fastball. Lazul struck out swinging in the first, couldn't catch up to the heaters that Zaharias offered him. Zaharias comes set at the belt. The 0-1 fastball upstairs whizzes over Lazul's head. 1-1. Zaharias, the Menlo Park native, shakes off 2 offerings from Justice. Agrees on this one for the 1-1. Fastball ricochets into the backstop, 2-1. Zaharias played baseball in high school at Menlo Atherton, where he was the team captain as a senior. Player of the year, according to the Daily Journal baseball report. 2-1 goes upstairs and away. 3-1 now to Lazul. Zaharias trying to recover after 2 straight balls. Here's the 3-1 offering. Fastball down the middle, swing and a foul ball backwards. Count loads full to Lazul. Good recovery pitch.
Yeah, got himself back into the at-bat and can now try and go for a strikeout or try to induce some weak contact and get an out.
The payoff from Zaharias. Fastball on the lower third, swing and a miss. Swing and a foul ball. Foul ball, excuse me.
Yeah, so we'll do it again, 3-2 still.
Indeed we shall.
We're safe. Safe.
Full count to Zaharias. Lazul readies in the left-handed batter's box. The 3-2, swinging a high foul ball on the left side, out of play. So it'll still be 3-2. Zaharias looks into Justice for the call. Agrees on it, winds and delivers the payoff. Another foul ball towards the Sonoma dugout. Still 3-2.
Good battle.
Absolutely. Lazul refuses to quit. Zaharias not making it easy for him. The 3-2 from Zaharias once more. Ball 4 on a high fastball. Leadoff walk for Lazul here in the bottom of the third. So the cleanup man, Brady Shannon, has a runner aboard.
Brady Shannon.
Shannon had an RBI single in the first, scored the first run of the game. Was able to advance to third base on the fielding error by Ryan Brome in right field. He also scored on a passed ball. Zaharias from the stretch, first offering to the righty upstairs. 1-0 to Shannon, the Youngstown State man. Rising junior there. Originally went to University of Central Florida at a high school. Played in 25 games in 2023 there. Another fastball on the 1-0, upstairs and in. 2-0 to Shannon. Redshirted in 2024, did not play anywhere. Decided to go to Youngstown State. Comes pitching coach for Walnut Creek, Dustin Cheney, to have a conference on the bump with George Zaharias and the catcher, Zach Justice.
Hard to tell, Charlie, but I don't think that there is any action going down in the bullpen. So not trying to stall time or anything, purely a conversation to either boost some confidence or point out a mechanical adjustment, perhaps.
Probably on the money. At least we can't tell from our angle whether or not there's any crawdads in the bullpen. So Shannon will step back into the right-handed batter's box. 2-0 count to him. The righty flamethrower Zaharias sets below the belt. The 2-0. Fastball at the knees, strike one. Shannon this season 19 games, 214 batting average, 11 runs batted in. Zaharias with the 2-1. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. 2-2 to Shannon. Has 23 strikeouts on the season to 12 walks. Zaharias has him where he wants him now in this 2-2 count. Zaharias with an exhale. Kicks and delivers the 2-2. Fastball upstairs, called strike 3. 24th strikeout of the year for Brady Shannon. One down, one on for McCann Libby, the second baseman. And here comes head coach Brant Cummins for Walnut Creek. I think this is going to be a call to the pen, Ethan.
Yeah, it would have to be second mound visit of the inning, so Brant Cummings does take the ball from George Zaharias. And we'll see who comes in.
So while we await the pitching change, stay right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. We'll have the rest of this innings action right after this. One. Welcome back to the bottom of the third. One down, one man aboard for the second baseman McCann Libby following the pitching change. Will be the right-hander Carson Timothy out of the Crawdads bullpen. The right-hander, formerly of UC Santa Barbara, heading to Sacramento State in the fall. Timothy, 3 appearances for the Crawdads, 1-0 with a 0 ERA. His first offering to Libby, strike down the middle. So it'll be 0-1 to Libby. Timothy, the Woodland, California native, coming back home near Sacramento to play the rest of his college ball. 0-1 fastball fouled off towards the right side. Quickly an 0-2 count on Libby. Timothy in 5 2/3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, just 3 hits allowed. It's been pretty perfect. A pickoff over to first, not in time. Timothy played his high school days at Pioneer High School in Woodland, where as a senior he set the school record single season strikeouts with 106. The 0-2 fastball upstairs, 1-2 on Libby. Timothy last pitched in the Tuesday matchup against the Stompers, that 4-2 victory, earned the win in 2 1/3 innings pitched. 1-2 breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2 count on Libby. Timothy shakes off 2 offerings from Justice, agrees and sets at the belt. 2-2 from the stretch. Swinging a ground ball over to third, takes a weird hop and gets past DeFazio. Leading runner Lazul holds at second. So it's an E5 that allows Libby to reach. And with 2 aboard, it brings up Cameron Hegeman, the center fielder.
Yeah, tough bounce there, but the error is the way that the official score goes, and I think it's the right call on that particular play.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Took a very strange hop in the dirt. First offering to Hegeman, looping curveball. Called a ball outside. 1-0 to Hegeman. Grounded out in the second. Trying to get his first hit of the day. The 1-0 from Timothy. Fastball runs inside, 1-0. Timothy inherited the 1 base runner, Lazul, from Zaharias after that walk. Working into the jam now. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate. 2-1. Timothy didn't play 2024 with the Gauchos. Only appeared in 2 games this spring for Santa Barbara. Had a perfect ERA in an inning and a third. As the 2-1 breaking ball in there for a strike. 2-2. Timothy, Sac State Hornet now as he tries to get some more innings there. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball in the dirt.
Really nice pitch there.
Hegeman down on strikes. Esteban Sepulveda up with 2 down and 2 aboard here in the bottom of the third. Sepulveda walked in his first at-bat in the second inning against Zaharias. Now Timothy trying to send him down. Get out of the 2-on jam. Timothy winds and fires a fastball that gets well past Zaharias. Both runners advance. It's now 2 in scoring position. 1-0 count to Sepulveda. Timothy steps off briefly. He'll recollect himself. The 1-0 Sepulveda breaking ball, strike 1 in the middle of the plate. Timothy swipes at the dirt on the hill with his right hand, picks up some of it. Now the 1-2. Another breaking ball called strike over the middle. 1-2 to Sepulveda. And Ethan, it looks like Timothy's breaking ball really doing the majority of the work here.
Yeah, it's working for him. He's doing exactly what he wants. It's been a great pitch so far.
2 straight breaking balls. Now the 1-2 fastball, swing and a miss. That is sequencing right there, my friend. 2 straight Ks to get out of the jam. A nice relief appearance so far for Carson Timothy. We'll head to the top of the 4th, see if Walnut Creek can take the lead here in this 4-4 ball game in Sonoma. Welcome back to the top of the fourth on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek due up, tied at 4 apiece against the Sonoma Stompers here at Arnold Field in the Sonoma Hills. 3-4-5 due up for Walnut Creek. Ryan Brome, Zach Justice, John Ewens. Dangerous heart of the order. They'll face Jaden Harper, the left-hander, going for his second inning. Brome had that RBI single in the second. Get the party going for Walnut Creek. First offering to the lefty Brome. Fastball swing and a foul ball behind the stands. 0-1 to the Southeastern Louisiana man. Originally spent 2 years at Texas Tech. Career .239 hitter in 28 games with the Red Raiders. And went to Southeastern Louisiana. The 0-1 breaking ball runs inside. 1-1. So it's 1-1 on Brome. Harper kicks and delivers. Breaking ball goes outside. 2-1 to Brome, the third-year Crawdad. Hit .362 in 2022 with the team. .331 in 34 games in 2023. Has another breaking ball from Harper in the dirt. 3-1 count on Brome, Ethan. Think he has swings away here?
Only if he likes it. Don't have to, even if it's in the zone. You don't have to if you don't like it. 3-1 count.
Harper winds and fires a 3-1. Fastball outside, ball 4. So Brome has reached base 3 times today, 2 walks, plus that single we mentioned earlier. Leadoff man aboard for Zach Justice, who's also reached twice. Walked in the first, reached on the error in the second. Did allow a run to score. Justice log jammed behind the deep Oregon catching roster, now enters the transfer portal as the pass ball allows Brome to take second. Curveball bounced off home plate. Sepulveda has to go right in front of us in order to get it.
Yeah, he almost, he did round second, almost went for third.
So runner in scoring position for Walnut Creek. No possibility of a forced double play. Could be beneficial here with Justice up to bat. Plenty of power for the young man. 4 hits, 2 of them long balls. Harper looks to second at Brome. The 1-0 from the stretch. Fastball on the outer third. 1-1. Justice readies from the right-handed batter's box. Harper looking in. Gets the call from Sepulveda. The 1-1 from Harper. Swinging a high fly ball into shallow right field. The first baseman Keys under it. So Justice retired on the pop out. Runner in scoring position for John Ewens with 1 down in the top of the 4th. Ewens with some family in attendance, making the trip all the way out from Waco, Texas. Already has a single on the day in the second. Nearly had an RBI, but Brome was called out at the tag on home plate. Ewens 0 for 2 today. Flew out in his first at-bat to left field. Harper's first offering to the big lefty. Breaking ball sits in the zone, 0-1. Ewens trying to drive in his 18th run of the season. Would give him the CCL League lead.
Yeah, trying to pass teammate Joey Donnelly, who's away for the time being, but will return.
0-1 fastball in on the knees on Ewens. Quick 0-2 count to him. Baylor man chokes up a little bit. Readies for the 0-2 pitch. Harper gets the call from Sepulveda. Looks back to second. Winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Fastball right past him. 2 down. Brome still at second. So another lefty due up. Cam Taylor, the designated hitter. Harper has been pretty effective against the majority lefty lineup for Walnut Creek so far.
Like you said, Cam Taylor up another lefty.
Taylor was the first batter Harper saw. Hit by pitch allowed Taylor to reach in that at-bat. First offering to him, breaking ball, sits over the heart. Quick 0-1 count to Taylor. So after struggling a little bit in his first inning, Harper settling down, and he looks really good right now, Ethan.
He does. Been pounding the zone since that leadoff walk.
The 0-1 fastball, chopper on the ground to third. Schaefer picks it up, throws to first base, and he's got the out in time. So Taylor retired on the 5-3 ground out. We'll head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. See if the Sonoma Stompers can take the lead here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Walnut Creek Crawdads Streaming Network for the bottom of the fourth. We're tied at 4 apiece between the Crawdads and the Sonoma Stompers, who are up to bat once more. Carson Timothy relieved George Zaharias in the bottom of the third, got the final 2 outs of the frame. Now looking to complete his first full inning of work. He'll face 8-9-1 due up for Sonoma. Trevor Schlafer, the third baseman, struck out in the second. Schaefer, the right-handed hitting third baseman from Santa Rosa. Still hitless. Here in his second appearance for Sonoma, trying to record his first hit as a Stomper. Trent Keys up after him, then Colton Boardman, the 3 guaranteed batters. Righty Schlafer steps in. Timothy turns and fires, first offering breaking ball in the zone. Quick 0-1. Timothy shakes off one offering. The 0-1 fastball in there, strike 2. Schlafer wasn't ready for it, held the bat. Swinging a ground ball over to second base. Esquivel collects, flips it to Ewens in time. So 1 down, lineup goes to the 9-hole man, Trent Keys, a left-handed batter. Keys and Boardman will be the first lefties that Timothy is going to face in his relief appearance today. Keys had that RBI triple in the second. Brought it to within 1 run. First offering to him, a breaking ball at the knees.
Beautiful pitch there, just getting in for the first strike of that bat.
Absolutely, Timothy is dialed on the breaking ball. Another 0-2 breaking ball. Gets a swing and a miss. Keys out in front. Seen Timothy go 2 straight breaking balls and then followed up with a fastball. Wouldn't be surprised to see that here. Agrees on a call from Justice. Now the 0-2. Breaking ball runs outside, 1-2. Keys, the Oakley native, originally went to San Jose State out of high school. Transferred to Los Medanos after he didn't see any action there. Swing and a miss. Foul tip technically on the 1-2 breaking ball. Keys retired on strikes. 2 down, no one out for Colton Boardman, the leadoff man. 1 for 2 today, a single, a double with an RBI in the second. So Colton Boardman perhaps trying to complete the cycle. First offering from Timothy to the lefty. Curveball at the knees, strike 1. Timothy with such a nice looping curveball. It's been rather effective. Here's the 0-1. Goes back to the well, but it misses low.
Yeah, he's had pretty good command of his off-speed stuff today, but that one just below the zone.
The 1-1 from Timothy. Curveball bounces just behind home plate. 2-1 to Boardman. Cal State Northridge Matador readies. The 2-1 offering. Curveball misses. 3-1 to Boardman. Trying to reach base for his 3rd time today.
Yeah, Boardman showed bunt on that one, pulled back.
Here's the 3-1 offering to him. Misses upstairs, and a 5-pitch walk. 1 runner on, 2 down in the bottom of the 4th for Nick Sebastiani, the left fielder.
Yeah, so as soon as we were praising Timothy for his command of his off-speed stuff, he allows a walk, but, you know, it's only 1 walk. No real damage. Just settle back in and go after Sebastiani.
There's a throw over to first, not in time. Boardman hustles back in safely. Sebastiani, a dangerous hitter, though. 9 runs batted in his own right. 2 homers on the season. First offer from Timothy. Called ball, the throw on stealing Boardman offline. Now Boardman in scoring position on what was a called ball at home plate.
That was a strong throw, but it was on the shortstop side of the bag, and Esquivel couldn't get a clean pick anyway. So Boardman in there with the stolen base.
Yeah, definitely a tough play over at second. Timothy looks back. The 1-0 to Sebastiani, swing and a miss on the looping curveball.
That powerful hack there by Sebastiani, but couldn't make any contact.
Trying to get it all back there and extend the lead. Doesn't have it. The 1-1 from Timothy. Fastball just misses upstairs. The velocity change, certainly drastic. Ethan looking at that curveball compared to the fastball in subsequent pitches.
Yeah, they're really good pitchers to play off of each other because of that.
The 2-1 fastball. Strike 2 called upstairs. 2-2 to Sebastiani, the Sonoma native. Plays his college ball locally at Santa Rosa. Timothy checks to Boardman at second. Kicks and fires the 2-2 breaking ball. On the ground. They'll call it a fair ball.
Foul.
And Boardman wave home. No, they're going to call it foul. Excuse me.
Home plate umpire's call on that one. It was a bit of a late call, but he did call it foul.
Indeed he did. So Sebastiani will have to walk all the way back from second. But there's Sonoma pitching coaching staff not exactly pleased with the call. They're going to chat with the umpires about it.
Yeah, they might try and have the umpires meet up to talk about it, but it's the home plate umpire's call, and he has the best angle on it. And by the looks of it, they're not even going to meet up to chat. They're just going to go back to action. Sebastiani is going to run back to the box. Boardman back to second base.
An interesting foul ball. And then fan gets ejected here for arguing with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, someone just got tossed. I think it was someone up in the home team press box for playing a "You're Killing Me" small sound bit from The Sandlot, and whoever is in charge of that soundboard just got tossed.
Wow. Very interesting. Reminiscent of that that one viral video, Ethan, when Umpire misses a call, and then the organist plays 3 blind mice, gets ejected.
Yeah.
The 2-2 from Timothy, swing and a miss. Breaking ball catches Sebastiani. So with that, we'll head to the top of the 5th. Walnut Creek trying to take back the lead here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network here for the top of the 5th. Tie ball game between the Crawdads and the Stompers. 7-8-9 due up for Walnut Creek. Nico DeFazio will lead off. Grounds one up the middle on the first pitch from Harper in his 3rd inning of work now. Base hit. 1 pitch, 1 man aboard for DeFazio. So Casey Levitt McGee now up, trying to continue. Levitt McGee 1 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, had a single in the 2nd. He'll try to move DeFazio over, who's got plenty of speed. Had 5 stolen bags last year for Walnut Creek. The lefty Harper looks to first, kicks and fires. Fastball on the outer 3rd on Levitt McGee, who was a little stunned by that call.
Yeah, he'll take a walk.
So he'll collect himself as he gets out. Now home plate umpire telling him to get back in the batter's box. Obviously not appreciating. And now we're going to get some jarring between the Crawdads dugout.
Yeah, his home plate umpire seems to be a little on edge, I suppose you could say, after the events of last half inning. And yeah, there's no pitch clock in the CCL. No reason that Casey Levitt McGee needs to step back in the box right away. Wasn't like he was taking an excessive amount of time.
Either way, tension's running high at Arnold Field. Harper from the stretch. The 0-1 to Levitt McGee. Swinging a line drive deep into center field. Shortstop Hegman going back. He can't get the glove on it. DeFazio rounding second. He'll stop at 3rd. Now that's an interesting one, whether they'll give Levitt McGee the double or if it's an E8.
I mean, tipped off the glove, hard play there, but it did tip off his glove. I feel like you have to give him the error, which is really unfortunate for Casey Levitt McGee. But I think by ruling, that is probably the correct call, but we will see what they go with there.
Probably. Either way, a great piece of hitting for Casey Levitt McGee.
Yeah, nice way to take out some frustration there, too, if there was any after the interaction with the home plate umpire.
Definitely. 2 runners in scoring position for Chris Esquivel. No one out in the top of the 5th. Harper's first offering to him. Breaking ball, called strike at the knees.
And we still don't have an official ruling, I don't think, unless, did they put a 6 up there?
I think they did. I think they
So-
might give him a hit.
So I guess they're giving him a double there.
The 0-1 from Harper to Esquivel. Low fastball, 1-1. Either way, fantastic hit for Levitt McGee. 1-1 count on Esquivel. Harper winds and delivers another fastball in the dirt. 2-1 to the St. Mary's man, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Bottom of the Crawdads order, really doing some nice work so far today, Ethan.
Yeah, they are. Bottom 3 guys, 4 hits, excuse me, between them.
Now the 1-1 in the dirt. So it's 2-1 to Esquivel. Harper sets on the bump. Has the call. Kicks and fires. Esquivel swings and misses. Excuse me, fouls it back. So it should be 2-2. Three and two, excuse me. Full count to Esquivel. Harper's delivery on the payoff. Swing and a miss. Esquivel bites on the breaking ball low in the zone, but the lineup will turn over Jared Medham up to bat. He's reached base twice on 2 walks in the first and second. Did strike out swinging in the third, but definitely one of the guys Walnut Creek wants up in this situation. Righty-lefty matchup favors Medham, the hitter. He'll move up in the box and takes the first offering fastball low. 1-0 to the St. Mary's Gale. Rising senior heading back for his 4th season with the team in Moraga. The 1-0 to Harper in the stretch, swing and a miss. Medham was late on the fastball, so it's 1-1. 1 down in the top of the 5th, 2 runners in scoring position. DeFazio over at third, Levitt McGee at second. Harper asks Sepulveda to cycle the calls. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swinging a foul ball, just tips the end of the bat.
Yeah, interesting thing I've noticed in that this at bat, like you said, Charlie, is he's kind of sliding his feet forward a little bit. At least he did on the first 2 pitches. On the third one, he didn't. So, just interesting thing to note.
Yeah, Medham playing around with his positioning in the box. Either way, it's 1-2 after he was out in front of the curveball. Harper winds and fires. Fastball misses outside, 2-2. Sepulveda and Harper thought it was strike 3.
Yeah, Sepulveda liked that pitch. You can see him hyping up his pitcher after the call ball, saying, you know, it's a good pitch still.
So it'll still be 2-2. Righty Medham readies. The lefty Harper winds and deals. Strike 3 called. Fastball inside. So now there are 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Still 2 in scoring position for Sam Jenkins. Looking for his first hit of the day.
Yeah, an inning that started out, you know, looking like it could be pretty big for the Crawdads. You have 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. They're now on the verge of getting nothing after 2 back-to-back strikeouts from Harper.
So Levitt McGee looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2. Walked in a run back in the second. Harper delivers a fastball low on Jenkins, 1-0. Ryan Brome, the right fielder, the next man up, should Jenkins get aboard. Harper from the third base side of the rubber. 1-0 fastball at the knees, strike 1 called. Jenkins, 3-game hitting streak at the moment. Has hits in 5 of his last 6. Looking for the first one today. The 1-1 from Harper. Swinging a ground ball on the first base side, foul. So now it's 1-2 to Jenkins.
Thought D. Nick was going to make a play on that. Derek Nicholson, the Crawdads first base coach.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a hop on it. Harper trying to escape the two base runner jam here in the top of the fifth. Harper's been spotless in relief, just one base runner allowed prior to this inning as the 1-2 offering goes low, 2-2. Harper, no runs allowed yet, no hits up until this inning. Agrees on a call. Kicks and fires the 2-2. Strike three looking. Off speed, sits in the zone. Crawdads strand two more in the top of the fifth. We'll head to the bottom half of the frame. See if Sonoma can take the lead right here on the Walnut Creek streaming network. Welcome back to the Crawdads streaming network for the bottom of the fifth. Still a tie ball game between the Crawdads and the Sonoma Stompers. Sonoma up to bat here. Part of the order due up, 3-4-5. Paul Lazul, the designated hitter, will start things off. Carson Timothy has been spotless in relief so far, Ethan. No hits allowed, no runs either. Just a couple base runners.
He's been great out of the bullpen to start off his outing.
First offering, breaking ball bounces in front of home plate. Check swing, though, from Lazul. Ultimately able to hold the bat, so it's a ball. Timothy entered in the bottom of the third with one out. And he delivers a breaking ball that is crushed into right field. No doubt about it. Paul Lazul capitalizes on the hanging curveball, and it's a 5-4 game in favor of Sonoma.
That's the first hit that Timothy has given up in his entire outing up to this point, but unfortunately it was a pretty big one there, Charlie.
Absolutely, just the fourth hit he's allowed all year, the first run that Carson Timothy has allowed as a Crawdad. So now Sonoma with the lead for the first time since the bottom of the first inning. No one out in the bottom of the fifth. Brady Shannon, the right fielder, trying to add to this lead now. Shannon waves his light blue bat. First offering from Timothy, curveball in there, strike one. Timothy trying to shake off the home run. Continue to be effective. Rocks back for the 0-1 offering. Curveball bounces in the dirt. 1-1 to Shannon. The Youngstown State man. 1 for 2 today, an RBI single and a strikeout. He swings and misses the 1-1 fastball upstairs. 1-2 count.
Yeah, I got all 6'3", 220 pounds of him under that swing. Just couldn't make contact.
Timothy looking for a put away. Here's the 1-2. Off speed and low. 2-2 to Shannon. Timothy sets at the belt. Turns, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Gets 2 bites on the high velo stuff.
Good bounce back.
Absolutely. 4-pitch at bat to get the strikeout swinging. Nice recovery after allowing the home run. Now it's Pecan Libby, the second baseman, going to Louisiana Tech for the fall semester. Righty's first offering to Libby, inside curveball, 1-0. Timothy looks into the call from Justice. Another breaking ball in at the knees, strike one. 1-1 to Libby. 8.5 graded prospect by perfect game out of high school. As there's another 1-1 breaking ball from Timothy, called strike two. Libby in 20 games for Sonoma. 2-11 on the season as he takes a high fastball, 2-2. Libby 0 for 2 today. It's actually the first batter that Timothy faced back in the third inning. Reached on an error at third base, slaps one foul on the third base side. Count remains 2-2.
Yeah, you mentioned Nico DeFazio. Ball gets hit in his direction, but like you said, foul on that occasion.
Yeah. On that error, DeFazio took a bad bounce on that grounder. Here's the 2-2 now from Timothy. Curveball in the dirt.
DeFazio came up to us in between innings when he was on deck, and he just said, like, nothing he could do on that play due to the hop, and hard to disagree with him there.
Absolutely. Here's the payoff from Timothy. Breaking ball, swinging a high pop-up in the infield. Timothy calls for it, and he gets the glove.
Pitchers are athletes, too.
A sentiment I can fully agree with, Ethan. That was an athletic play from Timothy as the ball sailed the other way at the last minute, but does a nice job staying under it. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth for Cam Hegeman, the center fielder. Nobody on, following the Paul Lazul homer. Gave the Stompers the lead here. Hegeman entered today, hitting .333 in 2 games. Belts the first offering he sees into right center field, and Ryan Brome arranging play to his right to put it away. What a nice outfield assist there. So Hegeman retired on just 1 pitch. We'll head to the top of the 6th, see if Walnut Creek can get the lead back here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome to the top of the sixth on the Crawdads Streaming Network. 5-4 ball game in favor of the Sonoma Stompers as the Crawdads come up to bat. Be the heart of the order for Walnut Creek: Ryan Brome, Zach Justice, John Ewens. 3, 4, 5 due up. New pitcher on the hill for Sonoma, Luke Duncan, the right-hander from Los Medanos College, gets the nod.
Yeah. The top half of the order has struggled a little bit today, but Ryan Brome has not 2 for 2, or 1 for 1, excuse me, single and 2 walks. So the bottom 5, Charlie, are batting a combined .384 today. Top 4, gonna need to try to get a little bit closer to that.
First pitch misses high, and the 1-0 skied into shallow center field. Libby from second. No, it'll be Boardman from short, actually, who takes it away. Brome's capitalized on the pitch he liked from the sidearm delivery of Duncan, but ultimately it results in an out. So 1 down in the top of the sixth for Zach Justice, the catcher for Walnut Creek today. Justice 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second. Flew out to first base in the fourth, reached on a walk in the first. Duncan kicks and delivers sidearm delivery, fastball upstairs. 1-0 to Justice. Duncan, 3 appearances for the Stompers this season. It's been perfect. ERA of 0 in 4 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, just 2 walks and 2 hits. Duncan with the 1-0. Justice takes inside fastball. 2-0. Duncan, the San Ramon native. Rising sophomore, spent just 1 year so far with Los Medanos. 6'2" righty. Kicks and delivers the 2-0 fastball on the upper third, strike 1. John Ewens, the lefty, looming on deck. Cam Taylor after him. Should either Justice or Ewens get aboard. Duncan's 2-1 offering to Justice. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Catcher was out in front, couldn't catch up to the high velo. Duncan looking for another put away here. Leans into Sepulveda. Sets between the chest and the belt. High kicks and deals. Strike 3 called. Justice stunned on the fastball. 2 down in the top of the sixth. John Ewens up now. Correction, that one, bit of a breaking ball as Duncan had some spin on it. Either way, it's Ewens. Ewens 1 for 3 today, a single in the second. Fly out and a strikeout otherwise. Duncan's first offering to the lefty, swing and a miss on the fastball. Quick 0-1 count to Ewens. Righty from Baylor steps in on the left side. Righty Duncan winds and delivers. That fastball upstairs and away. 1-1 to Ewens, the Waco native. Spent 4 years at Bosqueville High School in Waco, where he was a two-way player.
Real good player in high school, of course, to attract Baylor's attention.
Indeed he was. The 1-1 check swing on the off-speed stuff low. Appeal to third. Says he did not go around, so it's 2-1.
Yeah, not even close there.
Like you mentioned, Ethan, a fantastic player in high school. Career 473 hitter, 19 home runs, 129 runs batted in, 80 stolen bags, also 25-1 on the mound with an 0.73 ERA.
Yeah, not too shabby.
He drills the 1-2 offering deep into center field. Hegeman back and at the warning track, able to glove it. But Ewens flashing the power again, doesn't quite get enough of that one, as the Crawdads are retired in order, 3-4-5. So we'll head to the bottom of the sixth, see if Sonoma will extend the 1-run lead here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. We're back for the bottom of the 6th here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Sonoma Stompers up to bat, up by 1 in this 5-4 ball game. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, Joe Coupland, the right-hander from Chabot College. Officially a utility player for Walnut Creek, plays both catcher and pitcher. Esteban Sepulveda, the catcher, will lead things off for Sonoma in this inning. 7-8-9 due up. Rising sophomore Coupland sets at the bump, winds and delivers. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, called strike 1. Coupland with a bit of a interesting delivery angle, somewhere between sidearm and overhand, so a bit of a 3/4, you could call it. The 0-2 from the belt. Slow curveball bounced in the dirt, excuse me. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, it is a bit of a low 3/4 delivery, not quite overhand, not quite sidearm, like you said, Charlie.
Coupland, the Danville native, went to San Ramon Valley High School. 1-1 curveball in there for a strike as it gets the bite on Sepulveda. 1-2 count. Coupland, 3 appearances on the mound for Walnut Creek this year, 4 2/3 innings pitched. 13.5 ERA. He's allowed 7 hits, 3 walks, and just 2 strikeouts. The 1-2 on Sepulveda. Another breaking ball outside this time. 2-2.
This isn't exactly a high leverage situation here. 1-run game in the 6th inning. Still a ways to go, but we know that the Crawdads would like to use Joe Coupland in more high leverage situations going forward.
2-2 fastball swing and a foul ball backwards. And you're absolutely right, Ethan. Head coach Dustin Cheney, in multiple conversations I've had with him, lists Coupland as one of his bullpen arms in the closer spot, in addition to Micah Billings, who we're scheduled to see later, and Braden Barnes.
Yeah, Coupland, a guy with a lot of trust in the dugout.
2-2 swing and a miss. Nasty curveball gets another bite. He pairs the 90-mile-an-hour fastball with that low 70s curveball. Doesn't really need a changeup, but has one just in case. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Trevor Schlafer, the third baseman, is up. Another righty against Coupland. First offering, fastball upstairs, swing and a miss. Schaeffler out in front. Coupland in his freshman year at Chabot on the mound, 11 appearances. No decisions, 5.01 ERA in 23 1/3 innings pitched. 0-1, another fastball, called strike at the knees on Schaeffler. So it's quickly 0-2 to the right-handed third baseman. Coupland looking for another quick put away. Gets the call from Justice, working from the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and delivers the 0-2, breaking ball in the dirt. No bite. 1-2 on Schlafer. Coupland has also appeared in 8 games for Walnut Creek as a hitter, .267 batting average. 1-2 fastball plunks Schlafer in the back. So it was looking like a promising at-bat, ends up in a hit by pitch. And there's one aboard with 1 down in the top of the 6th now for Trent Keys. Keys, the left-hander, has had a pretty good day already. The RBI triple in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. Would love to get another hit.
Yeah, hit the ball about as far as we've seen anyone do so here.
First offering from Coupland, skied into right field. Brome jogging over to his left, gets under it for the grab. 2 down as the lineup turns over. Colton Boardman, another lefty, take his first at-bat against Coupland. Boardman 2 for 2 today, a single, a double, and a walk. Working with a man aboard. Schlafer over at first, who's taking a healthy lead. Coupland from the stretch hits Boardman, I believe, on the foot.
Looked like it. And Crawdads pitchers have not been able to get Colton Boardman out today, whether it's his single in the 1st inning, his RBI double, a walk, now a hit by pitch. He's been on base every single time he's come up to bat.
Absolutely. 4 times on base for him. As now with 2 on, 1 in scoring position, it's Nick Sebastiani, another right-hander looking for his first hit of the day. Coupon looks to second. Kicks and delivers. Fastball slapped through the gap on the right side. They'll wave Schlafer home. The throw from Jenkins, Levitt Meany not in time. And there's an RBI single for Nick Sebastiani. 6-4 Sonoma.
Yeah, this inning is now starting to get a little out of hand. Still time to limit the damage, but got a bunker down right now.
Absolutely. Coupland looked pretty good in the first 3 batters. And now it's Paul Lazul up. A dangerous guy to have up with 2 aboard. Lazul had that homer last inning that gave the Stompers the lead. Coupland's first offering to the lefty. Fastball below the knees. 1-0 to Lazul, the Monterey Peninsula College man. One of the better hitters in the Stompers order. Entering today, Lazul, 270 hitter in 15 games. Coupland looks to second at Boardman. The 1-0 to Lazul, swinging a foul ball above the stands. 1-1 count on the lefty from Oak Park. Lazul, a 2024 graduate at Westlake High School. Coupland's 1-1, breaking ball hits Lazul, and the bases are loaded thanks to 3 hit by pitches and a single.
Yeah, obviously nothing intentional here. Just some struggles locating now for Joe Coupland.
Bases loaded jam for the rising sophomore at Chabot, and he'll face Brady Shannon in the cleanup spot. Shannon 1 for 3 today, RBI single and 2 strikeouts. Coupland delivers a fastball upstairs. 1-0 on Shannon now. Another big guy Shannon is for Sonoma. 6'3", 220 pounds. Coupland kicks and fires the 1-0. Fastball runs inside, 2-0 on Shannon. Coupland will take his time getting back on the rubber. Sonoma faithful chanting for a 2-out rally. They'd love to see some more runs come across here. The 2-0 from Coupland. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the upper third. Shannon out in front.
That's what Coupland needed. You know, it's just a strike to get back into the count, get back into the game even a little bit. You know, it doesn't obviously solve all his problems here, but that much closer to getting out of the inning with only 1 run given up.
The 2-1 from Coupland. Another fastball, but it misses high, head level on Shannon. 3-1 count. Have to keep it simple here. Try to get something over the plate. Coupland sets out the belt. The 3-1 home. Fastball called strike at the knees. Shannon thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's a full count.
Yeah, Shannon threw his bat towards the Sonoma Stompers dugout and, you know, started the slow walk over to first base and then went to, you know, go pick up the bat, long walk back into the batter's box, and now we're all evened up.
Indeed we are. Coupland kicks and fires the payoff. Fastball swinging a drive into the outfield. Jenkins lets it bounce in front of him, couldn't make it in time. So a 2 RBI single for Brady Shannon, and things are getting out of hand. 8-4 lead for Sonoma. And it looks like, Ethan, that's probably it for Joe Coupland. Here comes head coach Brent Cummings for Walnut Creek. Likely a call to the bullpen.
Yeah, appears to be just, yeah, he hands the ball over to Brant Cummings. And, you know, it started out all right, you know, hit by pitch in the to the second batter, but he got 2 quick outs and just kind of fell apart from there.
Indeed.
So it looks like Max Cohen, left-hander for the Crawdads, is on the bump.
Yeah, so while Cohen warms up, we'll take a quick break here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th on the Crawdad Streaming Network. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, Max Cohen, the left-hander, here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on the corners with 2 out. Cohen trying to work out of the jam. First offering fouled away on McCann Libby, the new batter. Crawdads have had 3 come across. Stompers have extended the lead to 4. Cohen sets, kicks and deals the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a nice changeup. Now 0-2 on Libby. The 0-2 from Cohen, another swing and a miss. Changeup gets him to go. So the Crawdads escape the inning, leaving 2, but not before 3 come across. A nice job from Max Cohen. We'll head to the top of the 7th, see if Walnut Creek can cut into this deficit right after this. We're back for the top of the 7th here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up to bat, down by 4 at Arnold Field against the Sonoma Stompers. 6, 7, 8 due up for Walnut Creek. Cam Taylor, Nico DeFazio, Casey Levin-McGee. Taylor will get things going. Luke Duncan in his 2nd inning of work now was spotless. Saw 3 batters, sent 3 batters down in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, he looked really, really sharp.
Duncan's first offering to Taylor, swing and a miss. Breaking ball ends up in the dirt, but some nice deception. Gets a bite from Taylor, usually a very disciplined hitter. Taylor 0 for 2 today. 2 groundouts, a hit by pitch to lead off the third. The 1-0 from Duncan. Swinging a drive down the third baseline, foul.
Looked like a missile there, Charlie, but well foul. So try to straighten that swing out.
Yeah, it looks like Taylor was just a touch late on it, but yeah, he's got so much power in that bat, even if it's not a home run. Comes off the bat like a missile, like you mentioned. The 0-2 comes home from Duncan. Swinging a miss. No, pass ball. Sepulveda doesn't know where it is. Cam Taylor running over to first. He's in safely.
So technically a strikeout there, but reaches on the dropped third. So Cam Taylor, way to use his wheels and hustle down the line there. Take a bad situation and make something good out of it.
Absolutely. That is great fundamental baseball. The leadoff man aboard now for Walnut Creek, Nico DeFazio. 1 for 3 day for him. Had a single to lead off the fifth. First offering to the second-year Crawdad. Grounder over to second base. Libby diving, misses it. That's a infield single for Nico DeFazio. And he's 2 for 4 on the day. Runners on the corners now for Casey Levitt McGee.
Yeah, and look, you take advantage of a drop third strike. Next thing you know, you get a single and you have 2 runners on with no outs. And Casey Levitt McGee, who's seeing the ball very well right now, up to bat.
Levitt McGee, 2 for 3. He's reached base 3 times, had a single in the second, reached on a fielder's choice in the third, and then had that deep double in the fifth. He's got an RBI opportunity with Taylor at third. No one out in the top of the seventh. Luke Duncan in a jam. Big righty delivers a fastball into the backstop. And that allows DeFazio to take second, no problem on the passed ball. Taylor has to stay put at third, but now there's 2 in scoring position, and it's a 1-0 count to Levitt McGee. A huge opportunity for the 2-year Laney College man. Committed to Cal State Bakersfield earlier this year because his play was so great with Laney. Hit over 380 in each of his 2 seasons there. 39-plus games apiece. 1-0 fastball misses high. 2-0 on Levitt McGee, who's been extremely patient, Ethan. Tied for the lead with the Crawdads in walks, 15 of them on the year, tied with Riley Leininger, the third baseman.
Yeah, he's been seeing the ball great, and now the hits are starting to fall in too.
The 2-0 from Duncan. Fastball runs low, 3-0 on the San Francisco native. Levitt McGee having a fantastic day today, like we mentioned, 2 for 3. Has walked 7 times in his last 2 games. Had 4 of them on Wednesday here against the Stompers, then 3 last night against the Seagulls. Duncan looks to third. Kicks and delivers the 3-0. Fastball upstairs, called strike 1. That one about at the letters.
Yeah, it might have been a little high, but called strike 1, so not too big of an issue. Only strike 1.
6'2" lefty readies. Duncan comes home on the 3-1. Swinging a foul ball backwards. Well out of play above the stands on our side of the things. Now it's a full count on Levitt McGee. Entered today, hitting .273 in 12 games for Walnut Creek. In his second year of CCL play, played with the Merchants last year. .326 average in 27 games in Alameda. The payoff from Duncan, swing and a miss. Fastball past Levitt McGee. 1 down for Chris Esquivel. Still 2 runners in scoring position. Esquivel, another guy who's having a great night. 1 for 2, a single and a walk, in addition to a swinging strikeout in the 5th. No guaranteed force play for a double play, so Jared Medham on deck. He will see an at-bat in all likelihood.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens.
Duncan's first offering, swing and a miss on the righty Esquivel. Breaking ball was well in the dirt. It looks like some dirt might have kicked up and gotten into the right eye of Esquivel. Has to take a walk and try to get it out. Either way, it's 0-1.
Yeah, and even
former St. Mary's man.
even getting back into the batter's box, he's shaking his head a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't affect anything for him.
Duncan on the 0-1, swing and a miss, a fastball upstairs. Quickly 0-2 on Esquivel. Crawdads have stranded 12 runners on the day. 2 aboard here with just 1 out in the top of the 7th. The 0-2 to Esquivel, hits him in the shoulder. Fastball ran way inside. Second hit Crawdad batter of the day, and it loads the bases for Medham at the top of the order.
Jerry Medham, not exactly a power bat, not, you know, not that he can't do it, but not too much of a threat here to tie it up with one swing. But what he can do is extend the inning, get a single, get a double, and keep the line moving for Sam Jenkins.
Absolutely. Did have 4 homers this spring with St. Mary's and had one in batting practice earlier today, but likely not what he's going to do. He's just a contact machine.
And look, he's a smart hitter. He knows to stay within himself and not sell out for power in this situation.
First offering to Medham, a fastball swing and a foul ball on the right side. Out of play and into the bullpen for Sonoma. So it's 0-1 on Medham, the rising senior at St. Mary's. Duncan and the Stompers trying to get out of this 1-out bases loaded jam. The 0-1 from Duncan. Swing and a miss, a nasty slider in the dirt. Medham 0 for 2 today, 2 walks in his first 2 at-bats, and a strikeout swinging in the 3rd, looking in the 5th. 0-2 on him as he chokes up. Duncan looks to Taylor at 3rd. The 0-2 delivery, swinging a foul ball on the right side. Out of play. Still 0-2 to Medham. Half Moon Bay native in the back of the right-handed batter's box. The righty Duncan sets between the belt and the chest. The 0-2 comes home. Fastball swing and a foul ball backwards again. Medham behind it, but he stays alive, doing a great job battling.
Yeah, you have to in this situation. Nothing to give here. Just need to battle, battle, battle until you find your pitch.
Lots of outfield grass over on the right field side. Shannon is playing well to the right center side of things. The 0-2, check swing on the breaking ball. Appeal to first, says he went.
Yeah, tried to check his swing there. It was close. Home plate umpire deferred over to first base, and indeed he was out.
The slider continues to be filthy for Luke Duncan. The Los Medanos man trying to strand a couple runners as Sam Jenkins, another lefty, steps in. First offering to him, fastball upstairs, it's ball 1.
And, you know, Charlie, I don't have the exact numbers on it right in front of me or anything, but it just seems like the Crawdads have kind of let opportunities go to the wayside today. You know, multiple innings where there have been guys on early and nothing has come of it.
The 1-0 to Jenkins, outside 2-0. You're absolutely right, Ethan. There have definitely been opportunities to capitalize, but so far, 12 runners left on base for Walnut Creek.
And it feels like capitalizing on chances is something that this lineup has really been good with in this season. So a little shocking in some ways to see this today.
The 2-0 to Jenkins, swing and a miss on the high fastball. 2-1. Jenkins 0 for 3 today. A ground out, 2 strikeouts. He did walk in the second, which drove in a run. So he's up to 6 RBIs on the season. Would love some more here. Duncan with the 2-1. Breaking ball below the knees. 3-1 on Jenkins. Probably forces Duncan to make a pitch here, likely to hold the bat.
Yeah, if he gets one he likes, though, you know, it's a 3-1 count. It's not exactly a red light situation, so to speak.
Jenkins loads up. The 3-1. Fastball swing and miss.
Yeah, and that was a good pitch, a pitch that he liked, a pitch he swung at, a pitch he swung at hard, and just came up, only hit in the air.
Luke Duncan trying to escape the jam. He's got a full count now to Jenkins. He leans in, gets the call from Sepulveda. Here comes the payoff. Swing and a miss. Another fastball past Jenkins. Crawdads strand 2 more. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. See if Sonoma will extend the 4-run lead. Welcome to the bottom of the 7th here between the Stompers and Walnut Creek Crawdads. Sonoma up to bat. As Cameron Hegeman steps in and shows bunt, pulls it back on the first offering from Max Cohen, trying to get into his first full inning of work. The 1-0 breaking ball, swinging a foul ball backwards. Cohen got the last out in the bottom of the 6th after Joe Coupland allowed 3 runs. Extended the Stompers lead to 4. 1-1 breaking ball bounces at home plate. 1-2 to Hegeman. Excuse me, 2-1 to Hegeman. Center fielder for Sonoma looking for his first hit of the day as he takes a fastball upstairs. 3-1. Cohen, the Monterey Peninsula College man, has been pretty effective for Walnut Creek this year. 7 appearances, 3.95 ERA. The 3-1 breaking ball at the knees, strike 2 called. So it's now a full count to Hegeman.
He thought that was ball 4.
Indeed he did. Cohen, one of the biggest innings eaters for Walnut Creek, as the payoff breaking ball slapped foul.
Cohen may be a little bit lucky that he got a swing on that. That pitch appeared like it was a little high, but fouled off, and they'll do the full count again.
The 3-2 from Cohen, breaking ball runs outside. The leadoff walk for Sonoma. They've been pretty good about getting guys aboard early in innings. So one aboard is Esteban Sepulveda. Sepulveda 0 for 2 today, a walk in the second, and then 2 strikeouts swinging in his next 2 at-bats. Another righty that Cohen has to face here. 5'10" lefty from Alameda kicks and delivers. The ball gets past Zach Justice. So now runner in scoring position for Sepulveda and a 1-0 count to him. As Crawdads pitchers have just struggled today, Ethan.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a regression in some ways. We've seen over the past few days that the team has really limited, not only walks, but hit by pitches and wild pitches as well. And
As the 1-0 is skied into shallow right field. Brome charging inside, and he loses track of it. Sepulveda ends up with a base hit, and Hegeman will go to third.
yeah, we have lights here at Arnold Field, but not exactly, MLB standard or anything like that. So understandable that Brome lost that one. It's just an unfortunate break in a series of unfortunate events for the Crawdads today.
So now it's Trevor Schlafer, the third baseman, with runners on the corners. No one out. Shows bunt here in the bottom of the seventh. Pulls it back as Cohen's offering is low. 1-0 to Schlafer. Hit by a pitch back in the sixth. Ended up coming across on the Sebastiani single. 1-0 offering. Breaking ball goes inside. 2-0 to Schlafer.
Yeah, and back to my point that I was making, it's been a bit of a regression in terms of command.
2-0 offering, swinging a foul ball backwards. 2-1 now to Schlafer.
But, talk to Coach Cummings, a lot throughout the season. And, these things, there are ups and downs to baseball seasons. And, he's seen improvement, which is a big deal.
The 2-1 from Cohen. Schlafer shows bunt, pulls it back as the breaking ball runs outside. And you're right, Ethan, Crawdads definitely struggled on the pitching side in the first couple of games of the season, and they went on that 7-win streak where they were pretty good. Went 1-4 last week as there's a ground ball over to short. Medham flips to second for one. The throw to first, not in time. Hegeman comes across on the RBI fielder's choice. One down, one aboard. Schlafer is the man at first. Trent Keys up to bat. Lefty on lefty matchup here for Cohen. His first of the day, as there are only 3 left-handed batters in the Stompers order. Cohen throws over to first, and they're going to call a balk. Schlafer will take second base on the mechanical error from Cohen. Now another runner in scoring position for Keys, who already has that RBI triple today. Stompers up 5 runs, 9-4 here in the bottom of the seventh, pouring it on at this point.
Yeah, if you're Max Cohen and the Crawdads defense, you just need to limit the damage at this point.
First offering to Keys. Off speed, strike at the knees. 0-1 to Keys. Cohen sets at his chest, looks to second briefly, a double take. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball misses low.
Zach Justice held that one there for just a split second longer than he typically does. Really wanted to get that call. It looked good, but called just low.
1-1 from Cohen. Breaking ball, Keys swings, and it's well out in front. Fouls it off. Well, that had some good distance, though, Ethan, if it was fair, which it was probably 50 feet foul.
At least. But you're right, good distance on it. I'll try to straighten it out.
So now it'll be 1-2 to Keys. Cohen kicks and delivers. Fastball swinging a drive into left field, down for a base hit. Levitt McGee charging over to his left. He'll throw in, but that's an easy RBI double for Trent Keys. And now Sonoma up by 6, a 10-4 game.
Yeah, this one is it's getting ugly, Charlie. No other way to really put it. You know, that one, the Crawdads were looking at it as Casey Levitt McGee was running it down, you know, willing it to go foul, but lands just fair. Third base umpire made the call right away, and like I said, you know, it's little differences that make up big deals.
Absolutely. Crawdads took the first series between these two teams 2-1, and now Sonoma trying to even up the season series. First offering to Boardman as the lineup turns over. Ball one as the breaking ball is called inside.
And Boardman, a guy that the pitching staff hasn't been able to get out.
Indeed not. A walk, a hit by pitch, single, and a double. The 0-1 to Boardman, slapped foul on the first base side. So now it's 0-2 to the Stompers leadoff man. Cohen working against his second straight left-handed batter after Keys. Cohen looking for a punch out here. The 0-2 comes home. Breaking ball slapped on the ground. It hits off of Keys.
And so that's going to be a double play because it hit, or I think it might be a dead ball if it hits off the base runner. We'll see.
Either way, it's off of Keys' foot.
Keys is definitely out, though. So
But
at least one out on the play. This is a pretty rare thing, so the umpires are going to get together, or at least discuss it a little bit.
and they're going to rule it a dead ball. So Medham fielded, flipped to first in time. Could have had a double play, but because it's a dead ball off of Keys' foot, there will still be some chances for Sonoma to extend the lead.
Talked about this a little bit earlier in the game when Cam Taylor almost ran into one, but he didn't. And now we do get the rare ball in play hits a runner advancing, which, you know, good on these umpires for knowing the correct ruling there. Brant Cummings came out to get the explanation, but satisfied with it, he'll head back to the dugout.
So now it'll be Nick Sebastiani up, as Boardman still has not been retired officially.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you would rule that in your scorecard, Charlie, but
I'd say fielder's choice, because that was definitely a double play ball if it didn't hit off of Keys. Or at least a ground out. Either way, Sebastiani from the right side steps in, had an RBI single to kick off that 3-run sixth inning for Sonoma. Otherwise, Sebastiani on the day, 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. As here comes head coach Brant Cummings, he's going to have a chat with Max Cohen here, and he signals to the bullpen. Cohen's done. This is kind of a surprise.
yeah, you know, these guys in the summer, you know, some of them are on innings limits. This could be a situation like that, you know, just purely speculating, so don't want to try to pretend like we know more here than we don't, but once we get the new pitcher, we'll come back, but for now, we'll go on a little break.
Absolutely. We'll be right back on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Sonoma Stompers up 10-4 as new pitcher for Walnut Creek is Micah Billings. He'll try to get the last out in this frame. Nick Sebastiani, the right-hander, up to bat after Boardman reached on the fielder's choice. Billings, the right-hander, formerly of Laney College, spent a year there and earned himself a spot on the Jackson State roster, where he'll go in the fall. Billings whips a fastball upstairs, 1-0 offering to Sebastiani now. Billings made his debut 2 days ago on June 26th in the 4-0 win over the Seagulls. Went an inning, struck out 2. 1-0 fastball, slapped foul, high in the sky. It's out of play, so 1-1 now on Sebastiani.
Yeah, that one was seriously hit high into the sky.
People might want to be careful of their cars. Billings throws over to first, tries to catch Boardman, or at least hold him closer to the bag, as the out is unsuccessful.
Just let him know that he knows you're there.
Billings, the Union City native, kicks and delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball blows past Sebastiani. Billings trying to limit the damage now after 2 runs have come across in this inning. Former high leverage guy at Laney, the 1-2 breaking ball. Well upstairs. As Billings, mostly a 2-pitch guy, he can throw 4, but really just uses the fastball and the curveball. Also does have a slider and a changeup, but he uses those extremely sparingly. 2-2 breaking ball skied into shallow left field. Met him under it, puts it away. So the last out retired in the bottom of the 7th. We'll head to top of the 8th, see if Walnut Creek can put a dent in the 6-run deficit right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Yeah,
Welcome to the top of the 8th on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek trying to cut into the 6-run deficit here against the Sonoma Stompers. New pitcher for the home team, Nathan Bunyard, the right-handed pitcher from Santa Rosa Junior College, making just his 2nd appearance on the season for Sonoma. Last pitch June 8th against the San Francisco Seagulls in that 14-0 win for the Stompers. Went 1 inning, struck out 2, walked 1. He'll face the heart of the Walnut Creek order, Ryan Brome in the 3 hole, Zach Justice 4, and John Ewens in the 5 spot. Brome, a productive day, 0 for 2, RBI single and 2 walks. First offering from Bunyard, fastball at Brome's feet, he has to jump out of the way. 1-0.
Yeah, look out.
Bunyard, the 6'1", 185-pound righty. Righty's on the first base side of the rubber. 1-0 delivery, fastball slapped backwards in foul territory. 1-1 to Brome. Third-year Crawdad showcased prodigious power at all levels pretty much. Whether it's his 2 previous years of summer ball or his last couple seasons in college, has yet to hit an extra base hit this year though. 3 singles is his tally in 5 total games.
He's really a well-rounded hitter who just kind of needs to get going for the Crawdads this year. Still working into it.
The 1-1 from Bunyard, fastball upstairs. 2-1 to Brome. Crawdads have stranded 14 batters on the day. 14 runners on base paths, I should say. Brome trying to be the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the 8th. Bunyard kicks and fires the 2-1 fastball inside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Ryan Brome. Career .315 hitter in 97 games at Southeastern Louisiana. The 3-1 fastball, not even close. Brome works his 3rd walk of the day. He continues to be productive from a personal statistic point of view. And
Look,
with the leadoff man on, it's Zach Justice up.
A walk doesn't, by itself, doesn't really do a whole lot here, but there's not really anything you can do as one guy to erase this deficit. So, good job working the count, good job getting on base. You have to trust your teammates that this time they'll be able to pick you up and just chip away at the score.
Absolutely. Zach Justice 0 for 3. A walk in the first, reach on an error in the second. Run did score during that action. Bunyard's first offering to the righty catcher upstairs. 1-0 on the fastball.
Bunyard having a little bit of trouble locating early on, and that could be a godsend for the Crawdads.
Bunyard's 1-0 offering. Breaking ball misses low and outside. 2-0 on Justice. Looking for his first hit of the day. Has hit in 3 straight games he's appeared in for Walnut Creek. 2 of those he's had home runs in. Bunyard kicks and fires the 2-0. Breaking ball nearly in the dirt. 3-0 count to Zach Justice. Former Oregon catcher. Had the pleasure of chatting with him after the win at home against the Seagulls on the 26th, where he had that home run. 3-0 fastball at the knees, called strike 1. In that conversation, Justice told me he's really trying to showcase his skills calling a game defensively and the bat for any new suitors in the transfer portal. The 3-1, swing and a foul ball backwards. Count works full on Zach Justice now.
It's still early in the season, but he's doing a nice job showing his well-rounded game. You'd like the average to rise some, and I'm sure it will as he continues to see some more games, but he's been a nice piece for the Dads.
Absolutely. The payoff from Bunyard. Fastball misses outside. 2 straight walks dished out to the heart of the Crawdads order. And there are 2 aboard for John Ewens here in the top of the 8th. Ewens, a 6'3" lefty with an advantage against the right-handed Bunyard on the hill. Now we're going to get a mound visit. Pitching staff for Sonoma wants to chat with Bunyard, make sure that they've got the strategy locked down against sans Joey Donnelly, the Crawdads' most dangerous hitter.
Yeah, Joey Donnelly was a huge part of the Crawdads' victory against the Stompers last time they were at Arnold Field, and I mean, it's hard to replace a guy like that. The lineup has done a really nice job of it over the past few days, you know, putting up enough runs for their pitchers to be able to hold off the opposing teams and win some games, but they're being put to the test now.
Bunyard looking in. Sets at the belt. First pitch to Ewens from the stretch. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Ewens 1 for 4 today, had a single in the second that Ryan Brome was called out on when he slid into home. Nearly an RBI for Ewens. Now the 0-1 to the lefty from Baylor. Fastball, similar location, but it misses low this time.
Tack on right here, dude. Catch you a bear.
1-1 to Ewens. Bunyard trying to strand 2 runners here. 1-1 breaking ball misses well below the knees. Sepulveda almost puts it in the dirt.
Yeah, Sepulveda almost fell on his backside there. Bit of a awkward reception behind the plate on that one.
2-1 to Ewens. Entered today hitting .367 in 13 games for Walnut Creek. Tied for the league lead with 17 runs batted in, 2 homers. As that one clips Ewens in the right elbow. So the bases loaded on 2 walks and a hit by pitch for Cam Taylor, the designated hitter.
Just clipped the elbow guard there. And the Crawdads will most definitely take it. Cam Taylor, dangerous hitter in the box.
Absolutely, another man who's tied for Ewens and 12 other guys in the CCL for the lead in home runs. He's got 2 of them. Taylor 2 for 4 today with 2 singles as he takes the first offering for a ball. Bunyard in a jam here, struggling to throw strikes to these Crawdads hitters.
And Charlie, we've talked about how the bottom of the order has been the part of the lineup that's producing. They're coming up next after Taylor if he can get the party started.
The 1-0 to Taylor, fastball misses low. 2-0 to the Georgia native. Taylor has 2 hits in now each of his last 3 games, and here comes the manager for Sonoma, and I think Bunyard's day is done.
Yeah, missing kind of wildly now. You don't really see too many mid-at-bat changes, but that's what's happening here. Stompers don't want to risk it, and they will make the call to the bullpen.
So with that, we'll take a brief break here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Once the new pitcher, Hyun Han, gets all warmed up, we'll have that action coming up next. Welcome back to the top of the 8th. New pitcher for Sonoma as they lead 10-6 here. Bases are juiced though for Walnut Creek. Hyun Han, the right-hander, will take over for the Stompers. He's appeared in 3 games for Sonoma, carries an ERA of 0 entering today at 5 innings pitched. Last saw action Wednesday against the Crawdads in that 10-1 loss. He allowed 4 runners to come through, but none of them were earned on 2 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 4 on the season, given up 3 hits and 3 walks total. And he'll try to strand the bases loaded here for Walnut Creek. He'll inherit a 2-0 count to the lefty Cam Taylor.
Yeah, and Charlie, I was talking to you about it during the break. You know, that has to be really tough for a relief pitcher to come in an already ongoing at-bat, but I think you just have to treat it as, in an ideal world, you would have to treat it as and nothing count. But in this situation, he has to be careful because if he throws 2 more balls to Cam Taylor, he's walking to first, and everyone else is advancing to base, and a run comes in to score.
Absolutely. It's a tricky situation for Hahn to navigate. The right-handed, almost submarine pitcher. He's got a very low sidearm delivery. We'll see how the Crawdads are able to handle that. Last time they faced him, they did good. So Hahn will start things off at the first base side of the rubber. Gets the call from Sepulveda, who's also signaling to the infield for the correct play. Hahn's first offering to Taylor, swing and a miss. Breaking ball gets him below the knees.
Like you said, that kind of unique and not too often seen sidearm delivery maybe played into Cam Taylor being a little fooled on that one.
Hahn, the Los Medanos College man, a rising junior there. Kicks and delivers the 2-1. Swinging a deep drive into left field. Sebastiani back, and he's under there. Runner from third is going to tag Brome. Will get in home safely. So a sac fly RBI for Cam Taylor. A productive out. Still 2 runners on and 1 down here in the top of the 8th. Crawdads now trailing by 5 now.
I think that, the Stompers will trade an out for a run in that situation, but you still, can't let this inning get out of hand. Here Yoon Han needs to settle in for the Stompers right now, but the Crawdads, on the flip side, need to continue to take advantage.
So it's DeFazio now, who's also 2 for 4. 2 singles in his past 2 at-bats. Righty Han looks back to second, kicks and delivers. Ball moves outside. So it's 1-0. Casey Levin McGee, the man up next. Ewens at first, Justice at second. DeFazio in his second game for Walnut Creek trying to drive him in. The 1-0 from Hahn. Fastball moves outside on him. 2-0 to the Houston Baptist commit. DeFazio earned himself a spot there with the Huskies after a magnificent year at Chabot this spring. 329 in 42 games, 25 extra bases. The 2-0 from Hahn. Fastball called strike, about the middle of the zone. So DeFazio will have a 1-2 count now on him. Hahn sets about face level. Comes home with the 2-1. Another fastball at the knees. Called strike 2. DeFazio, good contact bat. Had that RBI single yesterday in his 2025 debut for Walnut Creek. Hitting .500 flat in 2 games now. Hahn's 2-2 delivery. Fastball misses outside, perhaps a little bit of break to it. And the count works full on Nico DeFazio. Right-handed third baseman for Walnut Creek. He's in a massive spot here. Ethan, pretty much actually game on the line here in the top of the 8th with the Crawdads down 5.
Yeah, big pressure situation. Momentum swing on the line.
The payoff from Hahn, swinging a foul ball backwards. DeFazio bit on the slider outside, but he gets a piece to stay alive. Good hitting.
Yeah, battling, which is kind of what you have to do in this spot.
Hahn looking for a put away here on DeFazio. As Sonoma trying to strand 2 more base runners. The 3-2 from Hahn. Swinging a foul ball on the right side, well in the air and out of play. DeFazio battling back. He refuses to quit. Hahn takes his time, looks over to all of his fielders. Leans in from Sepulveda. Pitch selection is in. The call to the infield is in. 3-2 once more from Hahn. Swinging a high fly ball on the left side out of play. 3 straight foul balls.
This is a battle, Charlie. Neither side giving in.
Not at all. Hahn giving DeFazio his best stuff. And the third baseman for the Crawdads accepting the challenge. He's risen to it so far. The 3-2 delivery. Foul ball backwards again on the heater. Hahn working lower in the zone on DeFazio. Hasn't really gone upstairs a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know if that's, by design or just the way things have worked out, but you are correct, Charlie.
Los Medanos man, ready's on the bump. Kicks and deals. Check swing, ball four. DeFazio works an RBI walk after a magnificent at-bat.
Walked to load the bases, and DeFazio was pumped up after that.
Excuse me, walk to load the bases, no run batted in. But the bases are loaded, like you mentioned, for Levitt McGee, who has been blistering hot today. 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third as well.
And that ball he hit into deep center field, that went a long, long way.
First offering from Hahn, below the knees. 1-0 to Levitt McGee.
One thing we've seen about Levitt McGee countless times is his good eye, Charlie. A walk here does bring in a run, so would be a good outcome.
Absolutely. The 1-0 from Hahn, fastball upstairs, 2-0. Levitt McGee, 15 walks on the season for Walnut Creek. Leads the team in the stat.
That being said, I'm sure he wants to get a knock here.
Absolutely, he's already got 2 of them. Hahn with the 2-0 delivery, fouled over to the left side above us in the stands.
Yeah, a screamer out and just out of Arnold Field, but not in a way that would benefit the Crawdads.
Now Levitt McGee a little bit late on that heater upstairs. Here's the 2-1. Fastball at the letters, called strike 2. Levitt McGee shakes it off. Asks the home plate umpire a little bit about the location. So now he's in protect mode with 2 strikes. Didn't strike out a lot at Laney College. 20 in each of his freshman and sophomore campaigns. He has 8 this year. The 2-2 from Hahn. Swinging a foul ball on the left side again over the Crawdad dugout. Levitt McGee. Now he's the one battling.
Yeah. Making Hyun Han work, and he's not at a high pitch count right now or anything, but high stress pitches, making him work, trying to just battle and battle and battle until he makes a mistake.
Absolutely. These are the at-bats. These are the pitches that matter. It's the high stress situations for both pitcher and the hitter. The Crawdads clearly sense the urgency of the situation. Levitt McGee takes a timeout here. He'll collect himself. Grip the pine tar at the midsection of his bat. Get some extra grip on the handle. On Submarine 2-2. Fastball runs outside, and it's a full count on Levitt McGee. Trying to get aboard any way he can. He's got an on-base percentage of .434, thanks in part to his 15 walks, 6 hits entering today. Hahn with the payoff delivery, swinging a foul ball back. Levitt McGee keeps it in there. No more action in the Stomper bullpen right now. Actually, it looks like one pitcher warming up a little bit, stretching and getting loose.
No throwing going on, though.
That's the point, no throwing.
It's Hahn's inning.
Hahn peers in. The 3-2 delivery once more. Strike 3 called at the knees.
Casey Levitt McGee was getting ready to toss that bat towards the Crawdads dugout. He thought that it was ball 4. Sure, everyone in the Crawdads dugout thought it was ball 4.
And Levitt McGee mouths off, and it results in a warning. And head coach Brant Cummings for Walnut Creek gets tossed.
Unbelievable.
This one's getting heated, folks.
Remember that we have a family environment here in Sonoma. We are very heated tonight. I wish that all parties involved with cooler heads.
Either way, it's a full bases loaded jam with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Chris Esquivel will be the man aboard. We're up to bat. Tension still raised as.
That's
Go ahead, excuse me.
that's kind of unbelievable, Charlie. I mean, Casey Levitt McGee, he was upset at the call, which he has the right to do so. The ump also has the right to give him a warning for that. But Coach Cummings is standing up for his player, not doing anything out of the ordinary there, and short leash.
Indeed, this has been a game with high tensions all around for the umpires. There have been many boos, many fans questioning calls. Both sides, the Stompers and the Crawdads, have had their fair share of agitated moments, and it all boils over here in the top of the 8th. Either way, it's the 9-hole hitter, Chris Esquivel, trying to get some runs across here. Walnut Creek already has 1 in the inning, thanks to the sac fly from Cam Taylor, but they're still down 5.
Yeah, and with the ejection, we have Coach Nicholson heading over to third base and Coach Cheney over to first to coach first base.
First offering to Esquivel, high fastball from Hahn, 1-0. Esquivel has been aboard 3 times today. A single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. 1 for 2, as he did strike out swinging in the 5th. Hahn's 1-0 offering to Esquivel. Fastball inside. Count evens, 1 apiece. Should Esquivel get aboard Riley Leininger, the man on deck, he will pinch hit for Jared Medham in the event that he sees an at-bat. The 1-1 from Hahn. Swinging a foul ball over the fan, straight back. 1-2 now to Esquivel. Hahn peers into Sepulveda. Sets below the chin. The 1-2. Fastball outside. Esquivel takes it. 2-2. And another ejection in favor of Walnut Creek. This is getting ugly quick, Ethan.
Yeah, we don't know. It was Casey Levitt McGee, and he was already warned, and he's pleading his case, coming out of the dugout with his arms up in confusion, saying that he didn't say a word, but the home plate umpire tossed him anyway.
This is just bizarre.
Incomprehensible scenes happening at Arnold Field, Charlie. This one has gotten out of hand, and now Derek Nicholson, who is acting as the manager, is getting an explanation from the umpiring crew. We're still trying to figure out exactly what happened, but it looked like Casey Levitt McGee did get thrown out of the game.
Looks like still some more jawing, likely from Levitt McGee's. He's just letting it fly. So the CCL North rivalry, Ethan, it's getting heated. Likely something we're going to continue to see
I mean,
between these two teams.
it's not even really between the teams. It's between the teams and the umpiring crew. Both teams have had their issues with the umpiring crew throughout not only this game, but the previous game played here at Arnold Field in Sonoma. Um, it's not even like tensions are flaring between the teams. It's a weird situation going on in NorCal.
Absolutely, and because of the extended pause, Hyun Han is going to get a couple warm-up pitches.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't just freeze Kyryun Han, but it freezes Chris Esquivel too in a crucial moment for the Crawdads. You know, he's just standing there, you know, unable to face live pitching now for at least a few minutes. Yeah, we we're still not all the way through with this. The second base umpire is over near the Crawdads dugout.
So it looks like we're going to resume baseball sometime soon, folks. Please stay patient here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. We appreciate you all continuing to listen in, despite the somewhat of a nightmare situation, I suppose you could say. So they're asking Levitt McGee to get out of the dugout, it seems, at this point. Han still throwing some warm-up pitches while we sort this one out. Like we mentioned, folks, we appreciate your patience. So it looks like we're back in action now. Esquivel steps in from the right-handed batter's box. The righty pitcher, Han, trying to get a put away and strand 3 more runners for Walnut Creek. Han with the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball gets the bite.
That's what I was talking about. You know, high pressure situation, and you have a long pause, and then it's hard to get going again.
Absolutely. So with that, folks, we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning, where Sonoma has a chance to extend the lead here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the 8th here in the Crawdad Streaming Network as we're closing in on hour 4 in this contest between the Sonoma Stompers and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Sonoma up to bat as they lead 10-5. Micah Billings still on the hill for Walnut Creek after he got the last out in the 7th inning.
Yeah, and you know that inning, a long break for him. you see and you hear people talk about how long innings can affect pitchers. So we'll see how Billings looks here in the 8th.
Indeed we shall. Defensive substitution for Walnut Creek. Riley Leininger is playing his first action at shortstop for the Crawdads, taking over for Jared Medham. First offering, swing and a miss as Billings fires in to the pinch hitter Shepler. Anthony Shepler is in for Paul Lazul at this point.
Yeah, so the move was Medham out of the game, but we see DeFazio is now over there at short.
Excuse me, DeFazio at short, Leininger at third. Either way, it's still 0-1, 1-1 on Scheffler now. 1-1 offering bounces in the dirt. 2-1 to Scheffler. Scheffler, the Ohio State man, native of Novato, California, hitting 152 on the year for Sonoma as he takes a fastball high, 3-1. Billings rocks back and deals the 3-1. Off speed, tipped foul. Full count to Scheffler. Scheffler and the Stompers trying to extend the 5-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Billings and the Crawdads trying to hold them here for a desperation shot in the top of the 9th. The payoff from Billings, swing and a miss. Fastball straight past him.
Real nice pitch there.
So Billings, highly touted reliever for Walnut Creek in his second appearance on the season. Makes a nice pitch there to put Scheffler away, and it's Brady Shannon now with one down. First offering to Billings, from Billings to Scheffler. Foul tip on the fastball into Justice's glove, excuse me. It's 0-1. Billings winds and deals a breaking ball well upstairs, 1-1. Shannon, a productive day today. 2 RBI singles, as well as a pair of strikeouts. Good for 2 for 4 on the evening. 1-1 curveball sits in the zone. 1-2 to Shannon now. Shannon pretty much a fixture in the cleanup spot for Sonoma. Proven why with his outing today. The 1-2 from Billings, slower windup. Nearly has a fastball upstairs, but it's called ball 2. Now the 2-2 offering. Curveball misses high. Full count to Shannon. Billings, the payoff pitch. Fastball swinging a high pop-up into shallow center field. Brome on from right center to make the grab. 2 down. McCann Libby in the 5-hole up. But Billings doing a nice job. He's faced 3 batters and he's retired them all. Trying to get the same consistency here in the 4th batter he's facing. Well, there's a first pitch strike, fastball down the middle. 0-1 to the Frisco native Libby. Now the 0-1 curveball upstairs, 1-1 to Libby. Searching for his first hit of the ball game. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Pop up, did reach on an error in the 5th. The 1-1 from Billings. High fastball swing and a deep drive into left field. McGee back, and he's under it. Excuse me, not McGee. Somebody, probably Trey Johnson, if I had to guess. Either way, the side retired. We'll head to the top of the 9th. It's the last chance for Walnut Creek. We'll have that action right here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the top of the ninth on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek pretty much in their last chance opportunity here, down by 5. Riley Lanninger took over for Jared Medham in the order, went to third base as DeFazio moved to short. Leininger, the lefties, played in 16 games for Walnut Creek. Enterstay hitting 176, 15 walks on the year. He'll face the righty Hahn in his second inning of work now. Leininger, the Georgetown, Texas native, takes the ball outside, 1-0 on the heater from Hahn.
And after Riley, Leininger is going to be another pinch hitter. Yesterday's hero, pretty much, Ryan Ellis.
1-0 fastball fouled back. Be 1-1 to Leininger, and you're right, Ellis is the man on deck, had that grand slam for Walnut Creek in the early goings of yesterday's contest in San Bruno. Leininger love a hit here. Hasn't got one since the first game against the Stompers last Sunday. The 1-1 from Hahn. Fastball outside, 2-1 to Leininger, one of the most disciplined hitters in the Crawdad order.
Yeah, he takes his walks for sure.
6'2", 225-pound lefty readies. Hahn's 2-1. Swinging a ground ball over to second base. Libby has trouble with it. Finally fields and throws to first for the out.
Hit it hard, just right to the guy.
Tough break for Leininger there, as it's Ryan Ellis in this pinch hit opportunity. Like I mentioned yesterday with the grand slam, enters today. 219 batting average in 10 games, 11 runs batted in, 10 walks and just 2 strikeouts for Ellis. Another guy fantastic at getting aboard. Does have the left-handed advantage against the righty Hahn.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to talk to a lefty, see if this kind of sidearm delivery kind of negates any of that advantage.
First offering to Ellis. Strike one called on a fastball on the inner third. So it's 0-1 to Ellis, 1 down in the top of the ninth. Hahn shakes off one selection from Sepulveda. Sets at the chin. Kicks and deals the 0-1. Fastball called strike at the letters. 0-2 on Ellis.
Brome is on deck.
Indeed, Ryan Brome having a fantastic game, looming on deck. He'll be the last guaranteed batter the Crawdads will send up. On taking his time selecting the pitch, Sepulveda signaling, and Ellis is going to call time.
Ellis ended up calling time after we just heard the Crawdads dugout kind of egging Hahn on to throw the ball after a long pause, because as we talked about already, no pitch clock here.
Hahn's 0-2. Fastball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ellis. The third-year Crawdad. Last played collegiately at UT Arlington in 2024 as a redshirt sophomore. Played in 54 games. 1-2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ellis. In that year with Arlington, Ellis hit .298 on the season, 59 hits. Had 30 runs batted in, 33 walks.
Yeah, he's a talented ball player, and since then he's gotten his degree, and he's in the transfer portal again, trying to find a new home.
Hahn with the 2-2 to Ellis. Swinging a foul ball into the fence. Count remains 2-2. Ellis doing his part to battle, keep the Crawdads alive.
Yeah, just battling here, you can't give up, and you have to feel that you can come back in this game.
2-2 to Ellis. Swing and a miss. Hahn blows a fastball past him. Crawdads down to their final out. Ryan Brome will be the man with an opportunity to change the outcome here.
Now batting, number 10,
Brome 3 walks today, also an RBI single in the second. But here Yoon Han is doing a magnificent job so far, Ethan.
He is really bouncing back from his struggles last outing.
Hasn't allowed a hit yet today. A couple of walks, but that's all. First offering to Brome. Off speed, called strike on the lower third. 0-1 to the 6'1" Texan. The 0-1 from Han. Fastball misses in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brome. Entered today in 4 games, hitting 154, 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 to Brome, swing and a foul ball into the screen.
Down to his last strike here, and as you can maybe hear, if the crowd mic is picking it up, the Stompers faithful here at Arnold Field they're clapping, they're screaming, they're on their feet, knowing that this one could be coming to an end real soon here. Ryan Rome trying to keep the game going though.
Han shakes off one call from Sepulveda as the catcher delivers the signs to the infield. Han looking for the put away. The 1-2 lined into shallow left field for a base hit. Brome 2 singles today, and he keeps things alive for Walnut Creek in the top of the 9th.
That's just a beautiful piece of hitting there, Charlie. He didn't try to do too much with it. Pitch on the outside part of the plate. All he did, stick the bat out there, take it the other way. Professional piece of hitting from a guy who hopes to be taken in the later rounds of the MLB draft sooner. Sign a contract as an undrafted free agent.
Absolutely, that was pro-level hitting, pro-level approach from Brome. Here's Justice now. Fastball upstairs on him, 1-0. Justice 2 walks today, 0 for 3 total, reached on an error in the second. Working with Brome over at first. Han now in the stretch. Quick peek to first. The 1-0 to Justice. Swing, and he foul tips it behind home plate. That one over the press box, out of play, so it's 1-1. Justice, the rising redshirt sophomore, preserved a year of eligibility by redshirting in 2024 as a true freshman. The 1-1 from Han. Swinging a line drive into the glove of Libby. What a diving play over at second base. Saves another 2-out single, and that will do it, folks. Sonoma Stompers win this one 10-5 here at Arnold Field in Sonoma. Crawdads back at it again tomorrow for the last game of the week against the San Francisco Seagulls at home this time after the little 2-game road trip. So that'll do it for us here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Ethan Ignatovsky, Charlie Limoncelli signing off, and we hope you folks have a wonderful evening back at home.